phone calls. Hey, Pete. Oh, Pittsburgh Pete. There you go.
Yo, what's up, Howard?
Well, that's a different Pittsburgh Pete.
No, it's not, man. I might be a little under the weather, but I was just wondering, how do you know when Beth actually has an orgasm with you when you two start having sex? And, like, are there signs that she hold you real tight and start shaking?
Yeah, it's a physical thing. It's a physical thing. You can tell.
So, I mean, does that happen consistently when you two have sex?
Yeah. I consistently have an orgasm.
Well, what about her?
I mean, you know, she's pretty consistent. I mean, I haven't hit the mark a couple of times, but I'm pretty good at it, you know?
That's what I'm real curious about. It's like if you could explain from start to finish how you and Beth have sex.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I'm convinced that really it's the woman's mind as to whether or not she's going to have a vaginal orgasm from a man inserting. In other words, she's got to be really into you. If a woman's angry with you or you're an asshole right before you have sex, she will never have an orgasm. A lot of women
like angry sex, though.
Angry sex, okay, but it's a mental thing. She's got to be really into you. It's the only way, I'm telling you.
When you put your penis in her, does she moan every time still? Like, ooh, like, wow.
Yeah, she likes it. She likes it. That's
yeah,
the thing.
so that fits very well inside. Like, there's not a lot of loose areas that you're...
No. I fill her.
That's what as much as you can. So that was the main reason that you married her, probably, because you felt very comfortable inside.
Yes, I feel very sexually compatible with her.
I mean, that's the great thing. I haven't had that in a long time, and I miss having that feeling.
I feel most comfortable with her. There are women you could be with where it's like wild, kind of crazy sex, but you don't feel all that comfortable.
Right,
and,
like when you're laying there with Beth, there's an electricity that surrounds both of you. And is it in the dark a lot of the time?
Sometimes dark, sometimes not. I don't like dark. I like to listen. When you married a woman that looks like that, you want to see what's doing.
That's what I mean, Howard.
I'm visual.
You are so lucky to like have her laying in your bed.
Yeah. Don't I know it?
You know it, and you say it all the time, but to literally look at it like this, like you have Beth 𝗛cie in your bed, and like this naked, tall blonde with a beautiful body.
Yeah.
Most likely a very beautiful vagina.
Yes.
Everything else fits.
Absolutely. How do you, Pete, are you having an affair with her?
Has he seen her?
I swear to God. I know, and sometimes I look and I go, you know what? This is the greatest. I'm in love with a woman that looks like this. She loves me. It's unbelievable, and I feel very lucky.
Between her legs, and like you hold her legs apart. And, I'm not getting weird, but
well, you're getting weird, but I like it. You're absolutely right. That's exactly how I think.
Right, you get to play with her, like, and I need that in my life, man.
All right, so he'll send Beth over.
Right. She goes to Pittsburgh every once in a while to see her parents.
I just need something that sexy, like this, like pristine.
You want to know something, Pete? You're absolutely right. I believe.
Why should Pete have that? Pete sits at home all day.
So what? He deserves it. He needs it.
Robin.
He needs love. Everyone needs love, Robin.
Everybody needs love.
Yeah.
But why Pete? Why does Pete
don't worry about why do I need. We're all humans, Robin. Shut up. You sound stupid, okay? I'm not taking your
I just wonder what Pete is doing with himself.
No, don't worry about that. I'm a man, and I have rights to have a woman, okay? So, and Howard gets Beth.
What Pete is saying is he needs...
Do you think his whole life would change?
Yes.
If he had this?
I do. I believe Pete would be a lot less angry. I think he'd be, he'd have a certain calm about him because he'd have this companionship. And by the way, hey, let me tell you something I realized too. Because Pete, I'm telling you,
why can't Pete get this? I mean, it's not unavailable.
I don't know. I don't know Pete well enough to know what his situation is with women and how he comes off. and like how he socializes with people.
Yeah, I'm not like a retard, okay? Like, I've had interaction with women, Robin. I don't know what you're trying to make me out to be.
What did he
Look
say
at
he has
your
with
life.
women?
You've been
An erection.
Your entire
An erection
life, Robin.
with women?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I've had a good woman or two in my life.
Do you have a job?
I've been employed now for a while, and I got a little bit of money. Howard, I took your advice, everything you told me to do all through these years now, and it's working, okay? But
Okay.
The only thing that's not working is I cannot find a good girl who is sexy like Beth and who I am just, like, amazed by with the electricity.
Why not? Where are you looking?
I work a lot now, but I don't know. It's not out there.
Listen, what he's saying is, what Pete is saying, what Pete is saying, he wants a relationship. Now, let me tell you something. I got to tell you this. This is the truth. 99% of the time I'm with Beth, we're not having sex. Now, that's the key. You see, it can't just be that the woman...
Yeah, but he's looking for this sexy...
he's got to be attracted
fantasy
to her.
life. No, he's saying all the time. Do you hear what he's saying? He's looking for something
I don't know what
that
Howard
doesn't exist.
has, is what
But
I'm
you
saying.
imagine that Howard's like just banging Beth all the time.
No.
Yeah, that's what I want to tell you.
Howard has everything.
But Pete,
I want everything, too. I want my dream girl that he got to have now, and I want one, too. Why can't I?
And let me tell you something. You can, but here's the thing.
What is the dream?
The dream, you got to adjust the dream, though. This is what I'm being serious now. You got to adjust the dream, because I got news for you. My relationship with Beth wouldn't even work out, because I would become dissatisfied if it was all sex, because it would be very, very empty. I'm telling you, 99% of the time we're hanging out, we don't even, it's how much sex can you really have? The thing, let's say you had sex once a day, okay?
Yeah.
All the rest of the time you're together, the person's got to be enjoyable. I went out with a lot of sexy women who all fit the bill physically. But,
right.
But after a while, we had nothing to say to each other.
And it's a little funny that you treated women like shit for a while. You used them after Allison, and then, like, God still granted you your dream girl. Like, you were able to go out there and treat people badly. Not, you're not a bad guy. We know that.
I didn't. I wasn't fair with people. That's
right. And you were still able to be given your dream girl after you were done having your fun. Like, if you go by karma, you shouldn't have gotten Beth, but you did. And that's where it's, like, disheartening, like, where some people who are trying to be sincere and honest out there all the time, and all it does is come and smack you in the face because, like, other people with I'm losing track here. But
yeah, plus you're getting a loserish attitude. You got to look at yourself like as a guy who has a lot going on. You got to get into some hobbies and things and make yourself your life
I think
full.
I've met guys like Pete, and they sit there and say, the women I'm attracted to aren't attracted to me.
Well, that's right. And you want to know something? The way to get those women is to develop almost so many interests that you don't have any time for them, and then they come your way. In other words, you become such a highly evolved, busy, happening person, connected. Women get attracted to that.
I've done that, Howard. It's still not working, man. And I'm not bad looking. I got to, I'm a decent looking guy.
It'll happen.
But I'm just saying, these women, they're not really out there anymore. They want to be treated badly. They want to have.
No, they don't.
Yes,
they don't. They don't.
And that's what they always say, that I'm a good guy, but they always go for the bad guys.
I'm not the best guy, but if you're honest with them, they don't like you. They don't. Women do not like honest.
Well, what are you being honest about?
What are you saying?
About everything. Like if I meet a girl and I'm just like, I'm a little attracted to her, but I can tell immediately I'm never going to be with her in the long term. I will let her know, like, hey, I'm attracted to you, but there's nothing that's ever going to happen.
Yeah, but Pete, that creeps women out.
That's that's what I mean. That's honest stuff.
No, but it's not honest.
But how do you know that for a fact? You haven't gotten to know
Because
them.
you can look at them. You can see if they're homely or if they're beneath you or if they're a little...
But you don't go up to a girl and say, I'm attracted to you, but you're never going to be
all I
into
want to
me.
do is bang you is basically what you're saying.
Just
I need a warm hole
Pete,
right now.
Pete, just hang out with them. Hang out with them. You know who's real good at this and should write a book about it? I swear, you're going to laugh at me. Ralph. He hangs out with these chicks. A lot of them, good-looking girls, I've seen them. They bang him.
Wow.
Now, he's got a mental thing where he doesn't want to be with anyone long-term.
But this is what I was trying to say to Pete. He doesn't want to be friends. He wants to bang.
Yeah, you're already fantasizing that they're going to hate you and this and that. You got to just hang. You got to be you're not doing what I'm telling you. You got to be so busy and so involved in stuff that they're like, geez, I want to hang with this guy. And then you're almost like, listen, I don't have time to hang with you. When I can, I will. And then all of a sudden something will happen.
Well, there's three different categories, in my opinion, Howard. There's people who have true love. I think you and Beth have true love. There's people who settle for love. I feel like Fred. I felt like...
What?
Well, listen to me. This is not an insult to get a reaction. Fred, the one girl that he met was through the radio show. He settled. He's like, finally, somebody who will be with me and have sex with me for a long time. And he settled with that. There's plenty of other girls he could have been with.
He didn't settle.
Wow.
And then there's Robin.
No, that's not an insult at all, Pete.
Fred could have had a lot of women.
Fred, you have to
I saw Fred with women.
What I did, and it may appear to somebody who's uneducated and uninformed that that's what I did. I actually found somebody who was really, really a special person in my life. I didn't plan it that way. It was a total accident, and I'm glad it happened.
How could you be with a Jewish woman? Like, it's just it's not right. You met...
I didn't know you were anti-Semitic.
I'm not anti-Semitic, but it seems like you are in the past. Like, Howard had to bring you out. He made you a Jew fan, you know what I mean? A fan of the Jews.
Oh, was that what happened? Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow.
You're absolutely right, Pete.
You became more Jew-friendly over the years.
What are you smoking these days, by the way?
Became more Jew-friendly.
Well, I'm just saying that your wife, it seems like it worked out. You have a kid and everything, but it's not a natural relationship. You two.
To you, it's not natural. To me, it's very natural because I'm very happy with her.
To Hitler, it wasn't natural.
And maybe every other day she's happy with me. I'm actually the lucky one.
Fred is a big, strong Latvian man. He shouldn't be with a Jew.
But I think, Pete, you need to get woken up to reality. You don't have a job.
I do have a job.
You have no job that no woman is going to be interested in you because you have no future.
I have no future. I mean, the future's not bright. I agree with you.
Your future is practically in an eclipse.
Well, what do you mean it's in an eclipse? I'm actually improving, so you're wrong about
But you're not. But, I mean, you're delusional. You think you could get a Beth type? You really think you could get a Beth type?
That's my dream.
Howard is a special individual. You know, he's a very smart guy. He's very talented, and he's got a lot of personality. You have none of that.
Fred, why were you unable to get a Beth type? You settled for the first thing you could get on the radio.
Well, that's what it appears to you. But I wasn't necessarily looking for a Beth type. I wasn't even looking for my wife's type, and
I
she
saw
just happened
women
to
throw
show up.
themselves at Fred. And I mean good-looking women.
It's not all about looks either, Pete. That's another thing you're hung up on.
That's a big factor. I mean,
Well, it just shows how shallow you are.
Well, if you look at Beth, I mean, that gets the taste buds going, you know.
Yeah, but that's out of your league.
It's not.
Why is it the guys see a girl like Beth and think that you can get that? You can't. Because if you could, you'd have her by now.
Would Howard have gotten her in his early days of radio?
Probably not.
Well,
but then again, it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with anything other than his confidence level at that point. You better have confidence when you're going for a girl like Beth. If you don't have it, you're fucking dead at the gate.
She'll smell you out real quick.
Right. She'll smell you. She'll smell loser all over you and toss you out of the car.
By the same token, again, Pete doesn't have good intentions for any woman. This is what he's lying to himself about.
Yeah, you just want to fuck him, Pete.
He just wants something he can consume and something he can show off.
I do want...
You're not looking for love. You're looking for some sort of validation that you're a great person.
I have high standards of the woman must...
I love that. I have high standards. That's why you're sitting there by yourself.
Your pussy you would, buddy, the way you talk. You
Really?
talk like a woman.
Oh, okay.
I'm not you.
Then I shouldn't be talking to you because it appears no women are speaking to you, Pete.
You're talking like a woman, Fred.
Okay.
All right, Pete. All right, listen.
Last
good
I
luck.
checked, I was a guy, but that's all right.
Good luck with your
Fred.
quest.
Good luck, Pete.
Pete,
Be
get
real
over.
happy, buddy.
Spend
Real
many
happy.
nights
Be real
alone
happy.
Hey,
with
Pete,
your attitude.
get over to the Playboy Mansion. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
they're waiting for you.
All right, later.
They're waiting for you so they can catch you and lock you up.
All right, there goes Pittsburgh Pete, who is in search of a good woman. Thank you, Pete.
Not a good woman.
No, he's
a
looking,
hot woman.
He's looking for Pam Anderson to knock on his door.
All
I
right.
don't know how to break the news to Pete. It's not happening.
Jeff the Drunk, what is it?
I wanted to talk to Pete, but I wanted to tell him that if karma is true, I think he should be hit by a fucking bus.
Now you're talking sense. All right, Jeff, thank you.
Hey, Howard.
Pete, sorry. He's going to think I hung up on him, which I did, but
You thought he was done.
yeah. I don't know. But seriously, what Pete was saying, until he got into that weird jag with Fred,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. What happens when you live alone?
Well, yeah, but the thing is with this Pete, I was trying to explain to him that, you know, it's. Well, I think Fred hit it on that. It's not always about looks and all. I mean, because you spend a lot of time with the wife.
Here's the deal. You dated a lot of good-looking women.
Not every
in that
one
period.
of them was compatible.
Right. And there was a reason why Beth fit the bill, because she's a nice person. You know,
Yes.
she has compassion in her heart. That might have been lacking in the other people. That's what you try to find in a soulmate.
Right. In fact, they were all good women.
Right.
It's just what I needed.
Exactly.
Beth had.
Right. There's
That's
like
true.
there's like some sort of checklist that you have in your brain, and she met all the criterion.
Right. Right. It's exactly right. Fred Norris, love expert.
When it comes to that, I do know something. Not a lot of things I know, but that's one thing I do know.
He's got a great wife. I mean, you got to know his
Absolutely.
wife.
I do.
Incredible wife.
And like I say, that's probably been a source of embarrassment for a lot of years too. The whole
Your wife
the
is
whole
incredible?
dial-a-date thing. No, the whole dial-a-date thing, because everybody, oh, you met on dial-a-date, and there's certainly a stigma attached to that. And I know it's there.
Not from me.
Well, for a lot
Not
of people,
anymore.
for a lot of people, it is. And I can't apologize for that. But what I will say is, she's a great person, and I'm happy.
What's going on exactly? Why does this show not have a regular time slot? And he said, last year it started to be bad, but he goes, now it's horrible. Like
He doesn't even like this.
Well, none of them like it. No one understands what's going on.
This is NBC doing this.
Yeah, well, yeah. They schedule when the show is on. Last night it was on at 9 o'clock, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know how people know it's on. But anyway, if you saw it, it was good, I thought. You know who's here? Jason. He's the producer of AGT.
Oh,
Jason
yeah?
Raff, yeah. Where is Jason? Hey, Jason, come in here. Tell me what's going on with the time slot.
Yeah, where are you next week?
I wrote down a bunch of questions. John, you can stay, too. This is the producer of AGT, Jason Raff. Big
Hi
shot.
there.
Hey, Jason. Look at you. You all right? What are you doing?
Don't yell at me.
Is he going to choke?
Oh,
Do you hate the time slot issue, too?
I work for the company, but it is hard to find the show. I agree with you.
Yeah.
We just deliver them, but we don't schedule them.
The show is so good. Everyone's digging it if they can find it.
I guess they're hoping maybe the TiVo will find it for them.
Yeah, but don't you want ratings where people get to see the show every week? And 8 o'clock, the kids are awake. I don't know.
We agree with you.
Yeah.
Or I agree with you, and the producers of the show do.
Yeah. Show's excellent, though. I mean, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, did you
You're doing
enjoy
a great-
Vegas? It's a lot of A lot of footage, a lot of hours, but it was pretty dramatic.
People are commenting that they're getting to see my true colors.
Yes, you had the good speech, which got cut down a lot too. But that speech to the contestants.
Wasn't that speech at least 7 minutes long?
About 24 minutes actually. But
I said I'm getting
They couldn't
pissed off.
show the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean it was a 7 minute like Belushi in Animal House.
Right.
I go, what are you doing? I said, you people think you're going to win $1 million giving a half-ass performance? I've only got 45 slots. And then it drives Howie and Sharon nuts when I go,
Right.
I only have.
I thought that was very weird for you to say, I.
Oh, that's all I do. I ignore the two of them. And I go, this is my stage. I'm not giving you. And then Howie and Sharon roll their eyes. I love it. It's my show. Let's face it.
You have, made your presence known, I think.
A lot of people are even asking, why bother having two other judges? Why not just use me and let me get it over with? Let's get it through.
It's nice to have someone play off of. You have Robin, you have the other people. You need someone to play off of.
People are talking about the big tank, which, of course, was the opera guy.
Yeah.
He tanked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he tanked. And
But also the Joyner girl.
yeah. Whoa.
That was awful.
Yeah, you shake your head.
The pressure is just unreal.
Is that what it is? Because they come out and they were great in the regular show, and then they just suck.
Well, it's such a different, you see the auditions with the audience, and they're nervous, but there's an, standing ovation.
Adrenaline,
but
yeah.
The quietness of it all, and the feedback the lack of feedback you don't give them. I mean, there's people throwing up backstage.
I was telling Robin how we love to screw with people, even if they have a good audition. You think that was a good audition? Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, occasionally Howie will say, even if he's not sure they made a mistake, he'll say,
yeah.
I saw what happened.
Yeah, Howie's good, man. How come Howie and I are the only ones who tweet before the show airs to inform? Why Nick Cannon's got like 17 million followers on Twitter. Why does he refuse to tweet about AGT?
We'd love to see him. We'd love to see him. You have to ask him. We'd love to see him tweet some more.
I'm going to ask him, because you guys are all pussies. You're afraid of Nick.
And Sharon, I don't think, is allowed to tweet directly by herself. I think she needs
What do you mean?
some monitoring.
Well,
There's a police edict?
Sharon has some sort of game plan with her career that, I think she has like a whole social media plan.
She's going to have her own Twitter.
Yeah. So sometimes, I'm sitting next to her, there's a woman tweeting by her side. And so I don't know what Sharon's up to, but she never tweets about AGT. It's just me and Howie.
She does occasionally. She helped us during the auditions, but you're right.
Yeah,
but I
you
don't think she watches the show like you do. I think she doesn't.
That's what she claims. I don't believe it.
I believe her.
You do?
Yeah, I believe her.
Sharon claims she doesn't watch the show. I never watch my performance. I go,
She's not performing.
Yeah, exactly. I go, you don't want to see what they're doing with you in the editing room? I guarantee a major fit will be thrown if word gets back to her that she's not being,
That's right. Just tell her she doesn't look good.
Yeah, right. She'll tune in. But Nick has all these Twitter followers.
Yeah.
And he only tweets about this thing called the something hustle.
The health hustle?
The health hustle. Check out my health hustle. And I'm like, well, check out AGT. Isn't that who pays you? Health hustle ain't paying you shit. Shit.
You have to ask him why.
I'm going to ask him.
He doesn't.
I'll ask him during the live show where I can't be edited.
Right. Yeah, we're all looking forward to that.
I'm going to be like, hey, where's Mariah Carey at? I asked him that in every city.
And we never saw it.
No. She's another one can't show up. Get your ass in a seat and let's see
she's not
it.
getting paid.
Yeah, but her husband is. And he's the host. And I'm trying to get this kid an Emmy. If he wants to be up there winning an Emmy with me, you got to hustle.
Mariah says she doesn't need his head getting any bigger.
And he talked about Mariah coming on this season or what? Or she just
I don't think so. She definitely gives some distance to it. Unless she was on. We had her on once, and that was it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll get her to go.
Yeah, she doesn't. But now we're in New York, so it's different. I mean, they are spending, I guess, more time in New York. So maybe you guys will be hanging.
Maybe we'll see. So, hey, you never told me when Ronnie got into a fight backstage at America's Got Talent. Were you guys upset about that? He staged a fight with the security people?
No, I came down after, and people were saying there's a fight, and then they showed me videotape, which for a second it looked real, but then I was like, wait, you guys are just screwing around.
Right.
And then I remember you coming out, and you're like, what's going on?
I was like, what the fuck?
I said, I don't know. They're just playing around out here.
Yeah. How much of a who is the biggest pain in the ass judge on America's Got Talent? Is it me?
This year?
Yeah. I know Piers was a huge pain in the ass. Everyone tells me that behind closed doors.
To be honest, like my job, which part of it is making you guys happy and getting you out, was a pleasure this year. Like,
what about my whole lunch and dinner thing?
But that's, I mean, listen, I listened to you for years, so I've heard about baked potatoes being done a certain way, so I think I had prepared the staff for that.
Yeah, but I'm pretty good.
And all you need is a piece of fish that makes you happy.
Do other people talk about me behind my back that I'm antisocial because I spend all my time in my dressing room and I don't want to talk to anyone?
There's three definitely different judges. I mean, Piers would spend a lot of time by himself. David was often by himself.
David Hasselhoff?
Yeah. So, I mean,
nobody wanted to be with David.
No one was looking for him.
I mean, Howie just needs to be around people, as you know, and Sharon likes to bring people into her room. So it's just three different personalities.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
and
if
Nick is very much on his, when he's not out, he's out and about a lot working, but when he's not, he's usually sleeping in his dressing room.
Oh, is he?
Or working. So
who has the biggest entourage? Is it me?
Well, when you bring the Ralphs and when you have the whole group with you,
it's me.
It would be you.
Do I outstrip Sharon, even with entourage?
Sharon just has 2.
I have like 5 or 6.
Well, you were going pretty,
I really, Ralph wanted to come, and I was happy to have him, but...
Yeah, it was helpful. I mean, anything that makes you comfortable made us comfortable.
Oh, okay. I had the biggest entourage, Robin.
Wow.
Yeah. Good. Why not? Why not?
I mean, Sharon puts her entourage
in
her entourage is in her dressing room. Your entourage is very rarely in your dressing room.
Well, I kick them out.
Yeah. That's right. You have to deal with them.
They're always in the hallway.
Yeah. I don't tell them to stand in the hallway. I say, go do your thing. But they have nowhere to go. They stand outside my room like zombies waiting to get in. It's uncomfortable, but I don't know what else to do.
Well, they're making sure that I don't. There's a lot of times where it'll be during that little half-hour break, and I'm not sure what you're doing in there, and I'll go to knock on the door to tell you something. I look at Ronnie, and he won't tell me no.
Right.
But he'll just give me a look, like, like he's you can do it if you want, but I don't know about that.
Were there people who didn't want me to be a judge on staff, and then all of a sudden feel better about me?
Oh yeah, no, there was a lot of people. Producers had been with the show for years, and some of the crew who were like, "What are you guys doing?" And I hate him, and this is a family show. I mean, we heard it all from our own staff.
Right,
he has a family.
Don't take it on me, Robin. I'm just telling you.
But then they quickly came around, right? They saw that I'm firmly in control.
After that first taping, everyone was such on edge when we were doing that first taping in Los Angeles. We didn't know, is he on time? What is it going to be like? Is he this? Is he that? I mean, there were so many people speculating. There were so many executives there from everywhere. Like,
when I stepped into the first show, every person who worked at NBC was in there. Every person who worked for Fremantle was there. I mean, it was just like I just thought they must think I'm insane.
I think so.
Just wait till the live show. I'll start acting insane.
They thought they had hired Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, I'll be like Charlie Sheen. I'll start shooting up at the judging table.
Right, but after that show, and I think you got stronger, more comfortable as we went on. Like people, those very same people were like, "Oh my God, I love him. He's great."
Yeah, I felt good. That made me feel good. I know a lot of people's opinions change.
Yeah, no,
I'm into the show.
Absolutely. Well, and I think enthusiasm goes a long way. I mean, I think that. Piers, I think, became less enthusiastic as time went because he had other commitments and time stuff, and certainly you do. But
every time I was doing the show, people would come up to me. Piers would never pay attention like you do, and all of a sudden it became, dumping on Piers thing. And I'd always go, I think Piers is terrific. I was a gentleman.
You're such a diplomat.
I'm a
So
diplomat.
when you're gone, don't worry. We'll talk shit about you.
Yeah, but
oh my God, Howard!
Are people hating me because the show's going to be on in Newark and they had to like move to New York and all that?
Well, the people who we left behind.
Some people
Yeah,
weren't able to
we
come.
had a staff of about 280 people who did the show in L.A., and we took about 80 of them here.
Right.
So, but we're excited. I mean, there's never been a show like this that's weekly, that's in this huge,
How's the theater look?
The theater is beautiful. The new
Wow.
set is outrageous.
I saw a picture. My dressing room's nice.
Yeah, and your dressing room, which is going to be all fluffed up and everything, you'll see it all today. You're going to take
Did
the
you
trip out.
demand certain decorations?
I got to decorate. Like Sharon decorates her dressing room, like she's moving in. She's got like
Right.
red velvet and
Makes it her
candles,
own,
and
yes.
I don't want any of that.
Yeah, well, Tanya, you don't really have much of a rider.
No, I don't have a rider at all.
No.
I just want the room. I just want a pillow so I can sleep, and I want some nuts and some fruit. That's it.
It's pretty easy. You're pretty low maintenance.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not my home.
I mean, Sharon has the candles going.
Yeah, what is that?
She's got the bathrobe. She's the whole
She
thing.
learned that from Ozzy when he goes on tour.
Well, that's the rock star thing, to turn some arena dressing room into your home.
You're right, Ryan. It does look, when you go in there, you feel like you're in her house. She has pictures up. It's like her living room.
It's so weird.
There's throws on the sofa. She's curled up in a blanket.
And you go to my dressing room, it's like I'm a prisoner at San Quentin.
Right. You got a bunk and a toilet.
You expect to see some other guy in there masturbating.
But we did some stuff along the way. I got you some baby wipes, and
that was
we
nice.
My goodness.
We listened to the radio and picked up some tips.
I've yet to shit during AGT anyway. The baby wipes were unnecessary. I just want to point that out.
Well, you had that traumatic experience in the first day,
How is that
right?
whole getting me a special car lane from Manhattan to Newark? How's that going?
How's that work? That's his
Ronnie said he's working on it. So
contacted the governor?
Yeah, the governor.
Good, all right.
You don't want to do the helicopter, huh? We can bring you right in.
I was thinking, I hate those helicopters, but I'd hate to die in a helicopter going to AGT. You know what I mean?
So important, some important business.
Yeah. Can you kayak across the Hudson? How long does that take? I don't know. I could do that. Or maybe I'll get the human cannonball. I'll get him one of his things.
Just shoot
me right into the theater.
And I have a feeling you're going to be either 2 hours early for the live show or about an hour late.
And what is what time is the live show? 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock? Let's be straight with me now. Is it 9 o'clock?
Well, the first it changes a little bit.
Right. First one's 9 o'clock.
The first one is at 9. Right, but we're doing
Till
a little
11.
pre-show at
8:30.
8:30, which has a bunch of. I sent you some footage. It has a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff that we haven't even shown on the.
Yeah,
on the
I saw.
show.
It's funny as hell. I watched it last night.
There's some
it's
good
really
stuff
good.
on there.
The operation on Howie.
So we'll do a little countdown.
Eric, the actor.
And it's 2 hours, so you'll be out at 11.
Well, I don't have to work.
If you're
on
still
that, so-
awake.
Yeah. Fucking bummer.
Well, that's why I came in early. I wanted to just appreciate you getting up and see how I do at 11 o'clock tonight.
Dude, it's a nightmare. I can't believe they put the show on in Newark, but that's cool.
9 weeks. Just 9 weeks.
The fans will get me through it.
Yeah, it's going to be to see that, and it seats like 2,000 people. So,
wow.
I mean, I don't think there's ever been a live, regularly weekly show that's had that kind of audience.
Not in New York, anyway.
No, or New Jersey.
No. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, if you want to go, by the way, I don't know how many tickets are left, but you can go to myagttickets.com. Can people still get in?
Yeah, they can still get in. I don't know about the first show, but they should try. I mean, there's a wait list, I think, and we're gonna fill that place.
Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be good. By the way, I'm the most on time. Am I the most on time, or is Howie most on time?
Howie never leaves.
Yeah,
Howie loves it.
No, you are both punctual, and Sharon, who used to be late
Has
in
been
the old
punctual,
days, has been very punctual and
good.
As I said, like there is no. I would tell you if there was a pain in the ass, but it's been so smooth on these audition shows on that tour.
I heard on The Voice, Christina Aguilera is sometimes 2 hours late.
Oh,
yeah, it does. Take
I would have killed her. It's good I'm not on that show because I just would have said to her, "Hey, listen, babe, I got a fucking career too."
And
In
everybody
fact,
sits there and waits?
I'd be like, it's debatable whether you even have a career except for this show. So, like, clear the shit out of your brain and get here on time. Because, I'm taping the show with or without you. When anybody's late, I mean, what is that nonsense? Yeah. I made it clear from the beginning. Everyone's on time.
And they were.
That's right.
They were. Well, it's hard when you have an audience in there and you're waiting an hour.
Yeah.
It does take the mood down a little bit.
It does.
You're not kidding. You saw in Vegas. I'm no nonsense.
Are you coming out, Robin?
I'm going to try.
Of course she's
I want to
coming out.
see a live show, of course.
Have you been to Newark ever?
Oh, yeah.
Have I been to Newark? Yeah, every time Howard takes me to Newark.
Yeah, every time I do a show, it's from Newark. We did a New Year's Eve show from Newark.
See, it's not so easy getting a theater in Manhattan.
Well, listen, it was a one-night affair. It is easy. We could have gotten the Beacon. Who even cares about
it? We looked at 80 places. 80 places all around.
We should have done it in Brooklyn.
They wouldn't have. They really don't want us.
They
there.
wouldn't have.
It's a film studio. They don't want a loud TV show there.
Yeah, it would have been great.
No, it is. But this is Newark has been great. The theater. You will like the theater when you get there.
Yeah.
You will love it there.
I'll be fine. Yeah. Just put me in front of the camera if I'm awake. Just keep a pillow so during the commercials I can sleep. It's going to be ball buster time.
I think the adrenaline will.
I'm going to be extra grumpy.
You have been nothing but a performer.
Hey,
so
I am going to be extra grumpy. Those acts better be on target.
I was going to say, those contestants better be on their game.
Do you know what I did the other day? I wrote Jason a note. I said, send me copies of all 48 contestants that made it through. I've been sitting down taking notes about their performance and what they could do to win. I will tell each of them at the live shows. Here is what you need to. Here is who is going to win right now. I'm going to tell them up front. Here's who's going to win the show. I already know.
Wow.
You got to beat this person, and here's how you should do it. I'm going to coach you live on television. And whether you step up or not is your problem.
But you think any one of the 48 could win?
No. There are people who are going to get... I'm going to tell them point blank, you're being thrown out the first week. You're making it easy.
How many people do you throw out the first week?
How many people do we throw out the first week?
Yeah. Only 4 make it through on the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So 4 out of 12.
Okay.
Oh, I'll tell 12. The 4 right off the bat. I could tell you right now which 4 are going.
Yeah, you got to get America to, because it's up to America. So
America's going to do what I say.
You got to convince America.
I'm the world's greatest judge. Right, Jason?
That's what you say, yeah.
Who's the best? Seriously. When you're talking there with Simon Cowell and all these motherfuckers, who is the best judge on the show this year?
I think you all add something.
But who is the best? Who's the backbone of the show?
You're going to keep going until I say
who is the backbone?
Right?
No, you could say Howie or Sharon. Go ahead. I'm not insulted. If you could only have one.
No, it needs to be the trio. Listen, the chemistry is unbelievable. The fact
that's what's great. I love that.
It is all about the chemistry of the three.
I do love those two.
You know, if you didn't have them to play off of you,
right? It's true.
Then it would be a lot different. And
I love those two. I do.
Yeah,
I honestly enjoy it. But it's Sophie's choice. Howie, Sharon, and myself are on a canoe.
And you can only save one?
You can only save one.
I would try to get a job on The Voice. I think.
Who would you save? Seriously. Who would you save?
Well, it would have to be you because I've been listening to you since I was a kid. I want to be you because of you. You know the whole story, so it would have to be you.
There you
You're
go,
like family.
I'm the best judge.
You're like my dad.
Yeah, there you go.
Have to save
Dad. I'm like your older brother.
Right. Sorry.
There you go, Dad. How old are you?
I'm 45.
Hey, no, I'm like your older brother.
Right, he couldn't have been your father.
You're right, but
Dad.
Well, when you were on air, I was in high school when you started WNBC.
There you go.
So you're right, older brother, my older brother in radio.
I'm your big brother.
Big brother.
So it would have to get your dog out here.
I ended up keeping her because she is elderly, and we have her. She's with my wife and the house.
Everything's okay?
Yeah, everything is good. But thank you. Oh, God, I was so upset I mentioned it to... I was like just having a conversation with Beth, and then she took it as
that's no problem. It becomes my problem. When you mention that you can't get your dog to New York, guess whose problem became? You should really help Jason out. You should do this. You should
horrible.
Oh, fuck.
I felt so horrible.
Jason had opened his big mouth about his dog.
I'm sorry.
Please don't bring...
She is so kind, though. Oh, my God. The moment I said it, because we were just having a conversation about animals.
No, she gets on it.
And
she goes into action.
Why did
My wife takes things very seriously.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She absolutely does.
Well, that's Jason Raff. He is the producer, executive producer or something.
Yeah, any other questions while I'm here? Because I listen to the radio and it's all these questions. So.
𝗦𝗵cie, you're on the air in Philadelphia.
Oh, hey. Can he do an 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄 with you three judges?
Well, he basically said it. Don't put him on the spot.
I would fuck Sharon if that's it.
Well, you're marrying Howie or Howard.
He'd probably marry Howie and kill me.
Who's your entourage besides Ralph, Ronnie, and Tony?
I got Ralph, Ronnie, Tony, a guy named, well, it depends. Sometimes I bring this guy, Pat. Who else do I bring?
Yeah, or Joe.
Or Joe, right. Or, yeah.
It's fairly small.
It's not a big entourage. And you know, Minister Farrakhan occasionally for spiritual advice, that kind of thing. All right, 𝗦𝗵cie, thank you. Now, what's going to happen during the live shows if I go over with my comments? Jason told me they sometimes put in an earpiece and they yell at you over the earpiece.
Well, that'll be me yelling.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is live, and as I learned the first time I did the live show, that come 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, they don't extend the show. It goes off.
How much time do I have to comment on each person? Because I need time.
Yeah.
If Howie and Sharon shut up, I'll have my time.
Right. Well, that's what Piers used to do. It was about a minute 30 for all three judges total, so about 30 seconds each. But if Piers went first, he would do about a minute 20.
Oh, wow.
And then, So there's a little bit of competition, but I think, it is
all right,
brief, but I think you'll be fine. Otherwise, we won't get to that last, we'll only do 11 acts.
I'll keep it brief.
But we're excited. I mean, there's nothing like those live shows.
So let's say I'm going a little long. Give me an example of what I'll hear in my earpiece. And I'm like, yeah, and by the way, you did not do a good job tonight.
Shut up, Howard.
Thank you, Rob. In fact, I might use Robin's voice.
Is that how you
more pleasant?
Okay, that's it.
I said, wrap it up.
Oh, wow.
I'll try not to talk to you when you're talking, because, that can be distracting.
If you see me pulling out an earpiece,
Jason's talking to you.
There's one way to stop that voice in my head. Wish I could have done that with my mother. All right, Jason Raff, you are a fantastic producer. I'm impressed by you.
Thanks for letting me come and see you and your other job.
Feel free to walk around and observe. It's quite an operation we have back there.
Yeah, it is.
And if Gary's sleeping in his chair, just wake him up, okay? Okay. Go back there and fire someone. It's fine with me. Was it fun for you? I mean,
it was. Yeah, I'm still sweaty from it a little bit, but.
but I mean, it's an interesting setup.
Yeah, no, it was fun to see. I was just like trying to watch you work, and
you could have sat in here and watched.
Fred and.
You could sit in here and watch if you would just want to watch.
One day, I'm here all summer, but I would love to watch Benji and Fred work.
So you know what you can do? Pick a day.
Okay.
Come in. You could sit either there or you want to sit over there. Sit and just watch. I won't put you on my so you can just relax.
But I had a great. I met Sal, I met Richard, watched them work.
They have a cool little setup, don't they?
It's been cool.
Yeah,
so thank you so much.
All right, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Jason.
Okay.
So, Jason.
Yes.
Guys around here, we're well aware of what it's like to work with Howard. Describe to me your experience, though, being at AGT and working with Howard in this first season.
It's been a little bit of a learning curve. I mean, thankfully, I've been a listener for years, so I kind of had an understanding of it all. But, I mean, working with him in person and just how professional he is and how he comes so prepared, even though you can't really prepare much for acts that are coming out who you don't know who they are, but he just has such a passion for it. And I think him coming in as a fan of the show really kind of helped him, because instead of sitting, on his sofa, he was actually sitting at the judging desk, and he took to it right away. But it's so amazing how hard he pushes himself to get better and better. He wants to be a better judge, and he would like take notes for himself of what he wants to do better. So it's been great working with him, and watching him work, it's been fascinating.
Being a listener and familiar with the show, you know how diligent he is. But were there some other people on the staff who were surprised by his approach and how serious he is?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I think a lot of the staff, and we got to talk about a little today, but a lot of the staff who knew of him were not very pleased that we had hired Howard Stern as a judge, and thought that was the downfall of the show. And all those same people, when they saw how seriously he took it and how good he was at it, quickly changed their opinion of him.
Mr. Tom Arnold.
Hey, buddy.
How are you today, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. New movie out?
Movie out. Movie coming out. Other one.
This is Tyler Perry from
this week is Tyler Perry this week.
Cool.
And then Dax Shepard, Kristen Bell, Bradley Cooper, one called Hit and Run that comes out in August.
Nice.
That's a good one. Dax wrote it, directed it.
Excited to be back here with Howard?
Very, very excited. It's been a while since I've been in the studio, and it's great.
All right, sir.
Be here. All right.
We will see you inside shortly.
Okay, I'll be inside shortly. Thank you.
All right, thanks, man.
Is there anything in the notes about Tom Arnold and Mel Gibson? No. Okay. He just said to me, by the way, Joe Esterhaus, he goes, said nobody contacted him. He goes, plenty of people contacted him. And I think he said he contacted him.
Contacted who?
Mel Gibson. I'm not trying to help him with alcohol.
Oh, so let's talk about that.
Right.
I couldn't give a fuck if they helped Mel Gibson. Go fuck himself. That cocksucker.
You got it, Howard.
I mean, really, what a despicable jerk. Tom Arnold, very busy. He's in Tyler Perry's new movie, Medea.
Medea, Witness Protection?
Buddy.
Look at you, man. You look great. You look great. You look alert.
I am.
Very
alert.
Are you out of breath?
A little bit from walking the 10 feet. I'm pretty fat today. I'm pretty fat.
I was going to.
I am.
What happened? You were in real shape.
I was doing great. And then I went to Munich for a week to film a documentary on soccer, and at some point I gave up when I was there. I was working out and I was but you got to eat all those Germans. They eat all that big food, and I gave up. So I've been downhill, but I'm back.
German food is very hearty. It's very
heavy.
There's a lot of thanks, Rob. Robin, hi.
Hi there.
How you doing? I agree with you about Mel Gibson. By the way, he is super fun. Anyway,
by the way, Joe Esterhaus was on. Did you hear?
I did hear.
All right, interesting guy.
Yeah, interesting guy.
You're a guy who's always been open about your life.
Yeah.
Did Joe do the wrong thing writing a book about Mel Gibson?
Probably.
You think so?
I mean, there's some sort of a code, and I thought there's a little irony in the fact that Joe is saying Mel wants to convert Jews to Christianity when Joe, in fact, converted from Jewish to Christianity. I don't know. I just think it's, there's a private, he's at his house and Mel's being weird.
That some things should be private.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. But he can write whatever he wants and do. But
so Joe Joe wasn't Jewish. His father was a Hungarian who wrote Nazi prop. Oh, what are you saying?
What?
Don't tell me. Do you know something? Why are you saying Joe converted to Judaism?
Has he always been? I don't know.
Yeah, he was raised a Catholic.
Okay. Whatever. Whatever.
Well, why are you saying whatever? Do you know something?
No. And I really respect his writing.
Are you accusing Joe of being Jewish?
No, but I'm accusing him of he has always been one of these writers that spoke about people that were in his movies, whether it be Sharon Stone, and he's always, kissed and telled.
So you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, so you know what you're dealing with.
But don't people say of you that you kissed and told? Like you were with, right? I mean, you were with Roseanne.
Yeah, well, I didn't tell. I mean, yeah,
right.
There you go. So
right. No, but
I am Joe Eszterhas.
Well, in a sense, you are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying you are a guy who, even when Roseanne would step out of line,
right,
you would go to the papers and you would tell on her.
Well, this was before. This was something we did back in the late '80s. Together,
right? You were both in on it.
She actually was hooked in, obviously, to the papers before she met me. I mean, not before she met me, but she came to Hollywood first,
right?
So she was, she thought that dealing with the Inquirer was a good idea.
So when Roseanne used to say, "Hey, my husband Tom calls the Inquirer behind my back,"
well, she says that when after we broke up, she went, because I listened to. Here's the funny thing, last night, because there's a story about she's doing something, and
she happens to be. They're doing a comedy roast of Roseanne.
Right.
Will you take part in that?
Well, they called TMZ. I'm in New York, and they called my publicist, and she said, absolutely not, because she's scared that it's going to be horrible.
Right.
And so I was reading the comments about that, and they have the Howard Stern show. They have 3 segments of the last time I spoke to her,
right,
which is on this show of 10-some years ago. And I just started listening to that just because you think good things. You think about the good times. And then I listened to that, and it's insane.
Right.
It is insane, and I was so upset and so pissed off. I mean, and you played it, and you're like, oh, I was trying to get you guys back together, and it was just disintegrated. And it's like this, Howard. It's like drugs. You start drugs at a certain time, and you kind of escalate if you're a person like me. And then you get to you do drugs for 5 years, and you're at the top of the drug thing, and then you quit. You go to rehab. If you start drugs 10 years later, you don't start at the beginning. You start where you left off, and that's like a relationship. You got to remember that. If you have a relationship, and then it goes crappy and it's horrible, and then 5 years later you go, maybe I'll start that back again. No, you start where you left off, at the horrible spot.
Well, I think what you're alluding to, Tom Arnold, is that in 2010, Roseanne did write you an email. She started to contact you, and you started to write back to her.
Yeah.
And you said to yourself, well, maybe we could be on a, in a better place.
I asked my wife, I said, is it okay if I write her back? And she said, absolutely.
Right. And you thought, well, maybe we could be friends. Maybe there's something to have. And like you say, like an alcoholic, they go right back to where they were.
Like, why have you never given me credit for anything? I mean, I've said 1,000,000 times, and you had me, I said it on your show 1,000,000 times. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you for opening the door for me. Thank you for my first job. Thank you for, whatever. And it's not enough. She wants me to tell her where the $2 million of the shoebox was.
Still. So in 2010, you started an email relationship with your ex-wife, and quickly it escalated into what it was when you guys...
Within about 5 emails.
Right. So now, you haven't run into Roseanne since.
No.
Now there's going to be a comedy roast of Roseanne.
Right.
They've asked you to be a part of it?
No. Nobody's contacted me.
Right.
No. It just got announced, and then TMZ tried to get a little something going, called my publicist.
Right.
And my publicist is like, we haven't been contacted, and absolutely not. That doesn't... They haven't talked in, 20 years.
So you are not officially being asked to be a part of the comedy roast.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think it's a good idea?
I think if you showed up at the comedy roast and roasted her, it would be phenomenal. It would be talked about from here to eternity. They should do everything they can to get you two back in the room together.
But it can be... It's such a personal... Oh, my God, it would be just,
It would be horrible for you emotionally. It would probably turn you back into into an alcoholic.
Yeah, for sure.
It would probably get you drinking immediately.
Yes.
Would it be bad on a million different psychological reasons? Yes.
Yes.
Can you two say no to an opportunity like that? Probably not. I think it would be huge, and I think it would be one of the most talked about events. And that is attractive to you and to Roseanne.
Sure. I mean, you always dream, well, maybe one day, we're old pals, we'll do the Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf on Broadway or something crazy like that.
It could be great.
Or come out at the Emmys and shake hands, and then it's all,
Yes. In fact, call me crazy. I think you two should get married again and have a reality show.
There you go.
I would watch it. No, it's a funny thing with show business, and I think this is the dilemma of most performers, especially people who try to be funny for a living. You know? Your dilemma is this: on every single level, doing anything with Roseanne would be detrimental to your health, to your mental health, even maybe to your physical health. It would be a bad idea. The two of you are just something that shouldn't mix, and that you should say no to any opportunity with her, because you have to think of yourself first. You have to have integrity. You have to, some things you just have to say no to.
Right.
Having said that, people in show business can't say no because they know it's too entertaining. Wanting to be loved by the audience so much, we put ourselves in danger because we know that moment will get everybody to fall in love with us again. And that's the dilemma you're in.
Right.
So, yes, you should say no to the Comedy Central roast if they ask you, but you will not. And I understand why you won't.
Well, but also I think that even after all these years, because the way things, there's a little bit of a competition, with, and in a roast like that, you say to yourself, and I was talking to Ashley about this last night, and she goes, "You're insane." I go, "Yeah, but think about this. This is me, and then she has a mic, and then one-on-one, and we're both comics.
Right.
Let's bring it, and let's sell it right here."
Oh, the way I see it going down, she has a mic, you're doing your roast, and she goes, "Fuck you, Tom."
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it would be dynamic. The two of you together.
It would be the weirdest roast.
Yes.
Tell them about when you stole my money. Tell them about when you hit me.
But that would be. But that's just it. Roasts are never really roast. It's usually people roasting who actually like you. They have no beef with you. This kind of thing. The real roast is getting the people who are fucking,
who would really want to roast you.
Right. Like I know in my life there are people who absolutely despise me.
Right.
And if they were going to roast me, I would only want those people, because those people would make it unbelievable. But I mean, they would slam me to death.
Right. They absolutely want to throw you on a fire.
Well, yeah, the other day I'm reading an article about a guy. There was a radio show in Los Angeles, Mark and Brian show. And when I came to Los Angeles, I was particularly brutal to Mark and Brian. And at the time, I felt very justified doing it. Whatever. But I read this article, and one of them, Mark O'Brien, was saying it was the lowest point in his life. I mean, that now, if he roasted me, that would be a roast. And I do want to comment on them, not while you're here, because I want to talk to you about so many things.
Yeah.
But it's true. A true roast would have to include Tom Arnold in some way.
But I also feel like literally the only time I've talked to her in 18.5 years was you guys called. She was here.
Yes.
Somehow I was at the Regency. I thought, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be calm. Maybe maybe we'll be friendly again. We were buds today.
Right.
And then next thing I knew, it was 45 minutes later, I was standing on my bed yelling, "You fucking crazy bitch!" God! And then I was like, what happened?
That's a roast. The roast occurred when you two got on the phone to each other.
Then I become Mel Gibson. I get that.
Talk to me about Mel Gibson. Well, you're a guy who's spoken out publicly about your own battles with depression, with alcoholism, with drug addiction. You've spoken about all of this stuff. Mel Gibson seems to me to be a guy in trouble.
Right.
Joe Eszterhas says nobody's reached out to him. Did you?
Well,
That's
Joe
a lie.
also
That's
said
a
there
lie.
were no drugs or drinking.
Right.
Yeah. That, let me tell you, I could absolutely. A lot of people have reached out to Mel Gibson. People close to him, people that work with him,
right.
People that care about him. A lot. That's a fact. It's not like he's in a void. People have really tried with him, and before
Did you try?
Before I call him.
You did?
I'll call anybody. If somebody says, I got a kid, whatever, I'll call him, whatever.
Right.
It
doesn't have to be a Mel Gibson.
No,
it could be Joe Schmo's kid.
No, exactly. But Mel before this craziness, he was the funnest. He was a fun drunk. I'm going to tell you this right now. I had an evening or two with him where he was at the bar and he joined in with me and my friends. I was like, what is going on? And then eventually I go home and he stays for 3 days with Vince Neil and they're dancing on a pool table. But he was super fun and super nice.
Right. Well, that's the confusing thing. This guy's image. This is why the book actually is fascinating me.
Yeah.
Here's a guy whose image was so strong in Hollywood. He's beloved. I've never seen a meltdown like this. Not since your own meltdowns. I mean,
yeah,
seriously.
you're right.
But seriously, I've never seen a meltdown in the history of Hollywood like the Mel Gibson meltdown. A complete. Now you look at him with revulsion, and before you used to look at him with admiration. Everyone wanted to be that guy. It's an amazing fall from grace.
Right, but it is mental illness too. It's the drugs and alcohol come after, on him it's layered on, but he's got some serious mental problems. And
what do you do about that? You can't intervene in mental illness.
You absolutely can. You can up to the point of 5150ing him, which is what people did to Britney Spears, and she turned her life around. And but you got to get.
By the way, like you called Mel Gibson. I take it he didn't call you back.
Right.
Would have been great if he did.
I did. I said, you don't have to call me back. I just want to say, hey, if you need anything. I just said, whatever. I do that for myself to remind myself I could be him in a second.
And I admire you for that.
And I will be on the Roseanne Rose. So I'll be
you'll be drinking.
Jewish.
So, do you still identify yourself as Jewish? I know you converted.
Yeah, my mother was Jewish.
Right, but you
People
converted.
think I converted. Well, I read that because I wasn't raised Jewish, but I technically didn't have to convert because I have Jewish blood, my mother.
Right.
But I went through the stuff with my stepson when he was doing his bar mitzvah.
Right.
So that's what I did. So
now let's get to it. You're in a movie.
Yeah.
This is this guy Tyler Perry.
Right. Not Jewish.
Right. Tyler Perry is making films. You're the white guy in the film.
Yep. Bad white guy.
Why are you not on the poster for the film? There are 8 people.
Well, there are white people on the poster.
There are, but you have a limit.
A limit of white people?
Yeah. No, I'm hardly in the movie. I did a little thing. They called me to February.
Oh.
Said, will you come down to Atlanta? And the funny thing is, I went, oh boy, I don't know about that. The people from Lionsgate who are my friends, I said, I don't know about that, to do a small role in a movie. I don't know.
Why not?
And I said that. I'd like to meet Tyler Perry. I'd like to see what his machine is about. I want to see what. So I go down, and it was fun, and had a great time, and liked him. And I came back, and I said, I apologized for him on and saying I didn't want to go. And the guy from Lionsgate, Mike Pasternak, goes, actually, when we pitched your name to Tyler, he went, I don't know if I want Tom Arnold.
There's a lot of I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
But Tom, what is going on with your movie career? You had, and this is, I think, mind-blowing to Roseanne. I think this is the hardest part for her because you are competitive. Your career overtook hers.
Well, let's be honest.
It did for a while, let's be honest.
Yeah.
When you did the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
True Lies,
you got critical raves. Mm-hmm. You suddenly were the guy to go to for buddy movies, the whole thing. You've done a lot of movies. You starred in McHale's Navy was your movie. You
9 months.
Right.
I've been to 100 movies.
100 movies.
And I have this hit and run with Dax Shepard, wrote and directed with Bradley Cooper and Kristen Bell, the amazing Kristen Bell.
Amazing Kristen Bell. Right.
That's coming out in August 24th.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I've heard for years now that you and Arnold Schwarzenegger have been working on a sequel to True Lies. Mm-hmm. Is that horse shit, or is it?
No, we will obviously. It would be great for both of us.
Right.
He's just done a couple movies. He did a small part of one, and he did a bigger part in another. He's working his way back into the...
Is he ruined now?
Is the script already done?
No, there's a script that was done.
True Lies.
A kid named Jeff Easton wrote it. Great writer. There's a script done, but we're waiting. Arnold's coming back from being governor.
You keep waiting. Yeah.
I know. Well, it's up to, he was governor, and now he's working his way back into film.
Are you still close with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you shocked? Did you try to do an intervention with him? I mean,
did you call him then?
When all this scandal happened and all this scandal broke, you're in a weird position. You want to be in with Arnold. You want to be. Listen, he's a guy you could potentially make a movie with. Who the hell knows?
It's got to be more than that.
Do you bring it up to Arnold, or do you just shut your mouth and say, "I'm never going to bring this up to him"? You're still close to him, right?
I love Maria, and the kids are wonderful, and it's it's a tough situation. Let me just say this.
It's crazy.
I did not see it coming.
Right.
It's been handled as good as possible by him. It's not.
Have you spoken to him since the scandal?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
You did. You called him personally, and he did pick up the phone.
Of course, I talked to him. I saw him. Went to his house.
Right.
Because something like that happens. Even though it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's always moving forward, and everything's fantastic and fucking awesome. It's the best time of my fucking life. I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
This is the best day of my life. So I go over there to make sure he's not going to commit suicide.
Right.
Because that's something I'd come up with.
Right.
Oh shit.
I've
hurt people.
Did you walk into his house and did he just start laughing and going, "Oh shit, man, I'm in the shit now"?
No, but
all hell's breaking loose.
Yes. He had he won't listen to this. Hopefully, he had a birthday party. He actually was so pissed about this
recently.
And and he had a birthday party last summer. Right? It was his birthday, the first birthday after this.
Yeah.
And he planned his own birthday party. So without Maria, that you miss Maria so much because he had like a boxing ring and made all his assistants fight each other. It's crazy. And then he had a mariachi band, and he said, "Do some comedy." So I'm like, "Hey, I'd like to thank Arnold's in-laws, his new in-laws, for being here, the Mexican mariachi band." And I just went after him, and he liked it.
He liked it. He enjoyed it. He was able to have a laugh about it.
Yeah.
So Arnold sees it all as a joke.
No. But there was a moment. You go to the house. You're around and poor Maria, and you go to the house and you see the person there, and you see a kid there. Well, let's say this is a hypothetical. Let's say this might have happened.
Right.
And I see the kid.
Right.
And I'm joking, and I'm like, "Dude, you should get a fucking DNA test on this kid. He looks just like you." And he's like, "Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Where is it?" I'm like, "No, seriously, this kid looks..." This was before. I didn't know it was the kid.
You're kidding.
It was the maid's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you walk into the house, Tom Arnold, and you go, "Hey, your maid's kid
I did
looks
it like 4 times.
Oh,
Ashley was
my
like, "Shut
God."
up," because in my mind, this is impossible.
And did Arnold pull you aside and go, "Listen,
Shut the fuck up, you fucking asshole"? Yeah, but I thought he just meant you're being an asshole.
Right.
Which
meanwhile, you knew the truth.
Yeah. I didn't know that, so maybe subconsciously,
Oh my God, the kid does look like him. Let's be honest. So you know that kid.
No, I don't know him.
But he was hanging out in the house. Wait a second, Tom. I know you're friends with Arnold, so let's be careful here, but how fucking crazy is this? You bang the help, the kid's hanging out at your house, Maria Shriver's your wife, you got all the other kids. This is madness.
Mm-hmm.
So did you try to did you do a 50-150 on him?
I can't judge anybody for anything.
Of course.
Believe me.
Understood. But even in your world, this is crazy.
You never even did anything like that.
No. I wish.
And the kid, when you met the kid, was he helping out with the maid duty?
No. It was just a casual. Why
don't you get the laundry?
Just a very love.
Have you spoken to Maria? Did you call her?
Of course.
Yeah.
Went to spend time. She moved to the beach. But she was tough, man.
To another
It's
place.
tough. tough. She was in shock. She was in shock.
At the birthday party, does Arnold have the kids all box it out? The kid from the other marriage? Why not have them all boxed?
Well, there's two that are the same age.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They're very close.
Do the kids accept the new kid as a brother, or are they?
The kids are great.
The good kids.
They're really the one thing. No matter what, their kids are awesome. They're awesome.
I mean, what's weird too is now with any divorce, you have to choose.
No. That's what.
But you do. Yeah. You're more in Arnold's camp than you are Maria's. I mean, when push comes to shove, you're going to be. Yes, you went to see Maria, but you're not going back to hang out at Maria's unless you're trying to fuck her. And I know you're
I'm not trying to. No. But I also, in the back of my mind, believe that they'll get back together.
I heard they're working.
I don't know. It happens with crazy situations. I mean, I know they're not. I know whatever. I know Arnold's made it clear. You're with me, right, buddy? Right. You're fucking with me, right? But then
has he said to you, "You're with me"?
Jokingly, you know whose fucking side you're on, right? You motherfucker.
Well, unless Maria has a True Lies sequel.
Yeah, but Ashley loves Maria. I mean, Maria's been really good to me,
right,
and to Ashley, and before this,
right.
And so you don't pick. And by the way, Arnold hangs out. He goes over. The kids graduate. He's there. They're all together. They put on a good family front. It's awesome.
My God! I mean, but do you really think, or are you just saying showbiz stuff now? But do you really think they could get back together? Have there been overtures made, or is it?
It's completely me saying
you want.
Hey, when you look around this town or this, and you say, who is okay? This happened. But who is better? Who's been in my life 35 years? Who's my kids? Who did I pick a new guy? Do I pick a new woman? Do I,
Yeah, but you know what's amazing? And I got to say, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a master at this. Some people are involved in scandal. They can't lay low. This guy has disappeared. I mean, he effectively does not get seen anywhere. I mean, he's out in L.A. He avoids the paparazzi.
He went down to Gold's Gym, did an article, took a tour. He rides his bicycle.
Yeah, and he walks around like nothing happened. I mean, I wish I could be a little more like that. Every little thing bothers me so much.
I promise you it bothered him.
Scandal was swirling around.
If it was swirling around me, you'd never hear from me again.
I promise you it bothered him, but in his mind. Just me talking about it now is extending it, so I'm going to quit talking about it.
Sure,
but hopefully he won't listen to it. But he's his mind. He's going to come out. He's to take care of business. He's not fighting her on anything.
Right.
He wants to make sure she's taken care of.
So she's going to clean him out, is what you're saying. If he's not fighting her on anything, I mean, he's going to be wiped. I have nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
he'll have something.
Someone told me you walk around Hollywood now and you're starting to question every kid who looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You think it doesn't stop here?
There are a lot of them.
You've seen a lot of kids that look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. But you know what? A lot of stars would have said, fuck it. I'm going to deny this. Look at John Edwards. Look at these people. Right. Politicians. I'm going to deny that this kid. I'm not going to support. He came completely clean. He's been honorable as could be.
Right.
Sorry.
What?
And by the way, you've met the maid, right?
What?
You've met the maid.
Yeah.
Not an attractive woman.
That says a lot. More respect. Anybody can fuck a good-looking woman. It takes a man to fuck something like that.
Now we've got something positive to say about Arnold's birthday.
At Arnold's birthday party, I don't know who was there, but did you get up and say that? Hey, Arnold, it takes a real man to fuck a broad that looks like that?
Well, you're careful because the kid, you don't know. I don't want to insult his lady, one of his lady friends.
Is Arnold still with the maid, though? Where is the maid now? Is he still fucking her?
I don't know.
But he's got to take care of the maid, too.
Yeah. Did you sit him down, though? Did you say to him? Because you're the type of guy, because you're open this way. Yeah. You sit him down and say, Arnold, I understand cheating on your wife. That I get. But with this fucking maid, explain that to me. Did you ask for an explanation?
Listen, I knew what the answer would be. she's fucking there, man. You know,
right?
You go out and you get in trouble. You get a paparazzi,
right?
But out of the house. But I'm just guessing.
You know
I'm guessing.
She was there, right?
I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know anything. Well, maybe it was true love. I don't know.
And because you were a good friend, did you tell him about condoms? Did you say, listen, at least wear a rubber?
It's a little late.
I did it.
I wanted to feel her. I mean, like, ugh, really?
But here's the bottom line. Yeah. If he's good in these movies, this one movie is just so-called Last Stand is awesome.
What's it called? Last
Stand.
With
Benicio del Toro as the bad guy. I mean, he picked the top quality. Everybody's top quality. He'll be great in that movie, right. And then nobody will talk about this. So
you think they'll forget about it? It'll be a blip on his career. I mean, but the maid looked like Lou Ferrigno with tits. I mean, honest to God.
Yeah, he must have thought he was in the Avengers.
Louis, is that you? Donald, I want to fight you. But
I'm sleeping with the Hulk.
But, when you say you love the kids, do you mean also the new kid, the one we just learned about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well. But if you
love him.
I would love him. I know the other ones since before they were born. All the other, and they're really great kids. And it's anytime their parents go through issues, there's, it's tough.
Right. Well, it's a funny thing too, because you're right about Hollywood. If Arnold makes a movie like Last Stand, as you say, might be the movie. People tend to forget. That's it. You're forgiven. But if you have a failure,
forget.
Well,
we're here to remind people.
Remind people. If anyone forgets, we remind them.
But if he came in here, has he been in here since?
No, we haven't seen him since he became governor.
He has got a book coming out,
right?
I see him sitting right here talking to you.
If you see that, I want to see that too.
Because you know what? He helped with our relationship many years ago.
He did.
And he was like, fuck you, got to go to fucking Howard.
Right.
Fucking Howard.
But why do a movie called Last Stand? Why not do a movie about this whole situation with Maria and the maid? I mean, wouldn't it be the greatest movie ever?
Like for Lifetime? Like a silly comedy.
I tell you. And you could play Arnold. I don't care.
And he could be like still the Terminator.
Right.
He's just impregnating people.
The Sperminator. That's it. It's good. Oh, you know what I would love to do? Bring back the Newlywed Game and have him with Maria, and then have him with the maid, and see who knows him better. I bet you the maid would win.
He was actually on it, in the old days. He was on
the dating game.
The dating game. You're right. Oh, the Newlywed Game.
Yes, the Newlywed Game.
That's not going to happen.
It's crazy. Hollywood puts you in weird positions because you are close to Arnold, and because you did such a fabulous movie with him, and it's one of his.
And I love
movies.
it. I mean, I got to tell you, the stuff that we've done that he's allowed me to do with him. He taught me about public service. Like when I first moved to town, I didn't know. He goes, "This is at least as important as anything you ever do." The movies, and it brought me into the after school all-stars, the intercity games, all the other stuff he does, the Special Olympics, Maria's family, all these great opportunities I got, the USO. So it changed my life in that way too.
I mean, in a way, you talk about great meltdowns. We were talking about Mel Gibson. Schwarzenegger is another great meltdown, and you've been in the house. You could write a book about this. I'm looking forward to interviewing you about that. Oh, can you imagine?
This is the last time I'm talking about it, and
I don't know what you know.
Nobody. I don't know anything.
Cool celebrities at the birthday party though for Arnold. That must be fun. That I love.
I would say that Maria is connected to, a lot of people love Maria, and it was early on in this situation. So I didn't say celebrity. It's mostly guys that he wanted to fight each other. And then he got a really fat guy to fight a really super fat guy, and it was like one of those bouncing boxing things. They had to put on the big gloves. He's like, "Fucking kill him, man! Come on! What kind of fucking pussy are you?" So his employees literally had to fight. It was great.
Did you get to fight anyone?
I wanted to. Whatever.
You didn't get to fight?
No. And then one of his, Greg Dunn, his number one guy, he caught on fire because he was trying to light something, and literally all the flames had just dived into the pool.
This sounds like the greatest.
This is the greatest party. And I was like, "That's fucking awesome." He goes, "I didn't do it on purpose. I was lighting the fucking light, the heater."
And you know what's great about it is, okay, so here the guy's going through a scandal, so you can't have any big Hollywood people. You can go because you're fathered in, grandfathered in as his friend. girlfriend and all that. So it's a party really where everyone is just sort of people who work for him. And instead of kind of being in this solemn mood, he gets them in a boxing ring and has them beat the shit out of each other. It is phenomenal to me. It really is. And it's very masculine.
Yeah, very masculine.
Do any of the female employees fight each other or just men?
No, just the guys.
Right.
I mean, no, I take that back. There were a couple.
Right.
A couple of the rougher, the stouter ones.
Right.
He likes stout. He likes women.
He does.
He's from Austria.
Yeah.
He likes the strong,
a manly woman.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, good.
He likes a strong massage, so they were fighting each other.
And so, what was the best fight of the night? I mean, when you say good match, aside from the guy lighting himself on fire,
the best one was this Greg and Daniel Ketchel. His two kind of guys they're both his top guys in personal and then professional areas. They sort of had the same job.
Yeah.
They went at it like it was fucking death match.
They're like his advisors or something?
Well, they're like his number one guys. Greg handles the personal stuff. Daniel Ketchel worked with him in Sacramento, and they have sort of the same position. They compete.
So they're almost like government guys too. I mean, they were advisors when he was governor, and they were also personal friends and business associates. And
so they sort of had the same job.
Who won the fight?
Greg.
Yeah,
the guy that ended up on fire.
Oh, I see. And then a big night for him. And then Arnold, he must really admire him now because he won the fight. I mean, does Arnold fight anybody?
No. He just sits there and smokes
He's like the emperor. He's watching the game.
He's already fought. That's what he thinks.
Arnold's birthday party sounds like when the Romans used to fight to the death for the emperor.
Except people weren't naked. And I'm sure he would have liked it if they had been.
Why didn't you fight? For God's sakes,
why would I fight? There was nobody to fight. They're all little, there's
you can handle yourself.
Yeah, there's a couple guys, couple producers. I was thinking I'll fight him.
Yeah, because you can't drink and you can't have that kind of fun. So
plus you go. It's just fun to just plow on somebody.
Yeah.
But most of them don't want to do it.
But did you look at him and size him up and say, I think I can beat that guy?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, he sized
up. When I see somebody, I'm like, Dax Shepard's a lot like this. You see somebody, you better start sizing them up because something weird might happen.
Absolutely. I do that.
Yeah.
The way I was raised, you size everyone up and you say, can I beat this guy up or not?
What do I have to do? Where do I have to hit him? Where do I run afterwards?
Just in case something goes wrong. And with guys, something will always go wrong.
Yeah.
It starts out fine and then everything goes wrong.
Exactly.
So, who do you think looks stronger for the next big set of fights? The new son or the old son? Who's more Austrian? The son is just he's going to be a big kid. Big kid, yeah. Well, listen, big kid. You get the cleaning woman and Arnold mating. It's
no, I'm talking about the Maria's.
Oh, Maria.
Yeah, they're great. Physical.
Well, I admire Maria. I mean, she has handled herself very well through this. I think, and it's a tough situation, of course.
And she's also shown respect for Arnold. I mean, apart from divorcing him, I mean, she has shown. She could have come. Well, who wouldn't come out and do a sad interview with Barbara Walters?
Right.
She's not a victim.
Yeah, but she's a Kennedy. I mean, she can't do that.
Kennedys are used to getting cheated on. Let's be honest. Arnold knew who he was marrying.
That's right. You keep your mouth shut.
What are you so upset? Your father was busy with it. Well, no, she had her father was
Sergeant Shriver. It was the grandfather.
He's a saint.
The grandfather. He was with everybody.
Her uncle was JFK.
I realized something. When I do my Arnold impression, I sound like that attack dog on Conan O'Brien.
The
dog.
Insult. Triumph.
Oh, listen
Triumph the insult, though.
I'm going to get you. so you've got a great life out there. I saw you at the Jimmy Kimmel party. You got the beautiful wife now. You're still trying to have a child. Every wife you marry, you're always trying to have a child.
How come you're always trying to have a child? I don't think you really want one.
Well, I do. I swear.
He probably had a vasectomy years ago.
No.
Because there are ways to get children.
Well, there are. And I think the other relationships, when it got really down to game time, I started going, wow. Because I remember in my first marriage, all of a sudden the lawyer called and said, here's the kid you can adopt.
Right. This was
right
with Roseanne.
today. Yeah, and I was like, wow. I looked at her and I thought, things aren't going well. And can you imagine if I had a kid with her and she came on the show? She would say, horrible things I'd done to the kid.
Terrible.
It would ruin my life.
It would ruin your, in a way, thank God you couldn't have
you're very
children.
smart.
Yeah, thank God. It's right. And
God was looking out for you.
But Ashley and Ashley's wonderful.
How long have you been married? I met Ashley.
We've been together for a little over 4 years.
Are you really in love this time?
Yeah,
every other time you told me you were in love.
I know, but I'm crazy. But I remember, she's my best friend.
I remember
she's
Shelby.
Awesome.
Do you feel that she has your back?
Yeah, she definitely has my back.
And you're going to try. Let's say you do have a baby. It's not going to be a divorce. You really feel this is going to last.
Absolutely. And I look at her family, and her parents have been married for 50 years, and I absolutely. Plus, eventually I'll be dead.
Right. Right.
So the stepfather will eventually take over. He'll be
the stepfather will raise the child.
Yeah.
So he'll be a really, really good father.
Yeah, and let me say this about the Tyler Perry thing. It happened, Jimmy Kimmel's party for you, which I wanted to go to so bad this year. I found out at the Tyler Perry movie, they want me to travel on that Saturday down to Atlanta to film, and I was like, oh, so torn. I wanted to get out of whatever. And then Whitney Houston's funeral was that day.
Right.
And so Tyler
Did you want to go to that too?
Well, no, but Tyler spoke.
Right.
So I thought, oh my God, what a great excuse for him not to show up for work. I can go to Jimmy Kimmel's party, more importantly. But he did show up, and he was amazing, of course, and nice and sweet.
Right. Well, listen, you've got some life. It's just, it's remarkable. It really is. And, so many stories. I was thinking about Tom. For years, listen, Tom has been sober. You had that motorcycle accident. When did you have that?
In 2008.
You broke your back.
Broke my back.
They put you on pain meds. Mm-hmm. And there you were again.
Well,
addicted.
I stayed on pain
back
meds.
in it again.
And you stayed on pain meds, and your addiction was so bad. Didn't your whole asshole close up or something?
No,
what happened? Something happened to your asshole.
Like that.
Yeah, what happened to you?
The worst part, my colon sort of exploded inside, and I went septic, and so I went into a coma for 3 weeks.
Why did your colon explode?
Because when you take pain medication,
right,
you're weakening your insides.
Right.
And it's something the kids don't know. They think, I'll take pain medication, whatever. What are the things that can happen from drugs? Well, maybe I'll die.
Yeah,
well,
but you must have been taking tremendous amounts.
Yeah.
For your colon to explode.
Yeah, see, I don't even, how they say, like, I've taken some of these drugs, like Oxy and all of that stuff, but I don't know how to take it like a drug taker. How do you take it?
Yeah, you must have taken like 20 a day, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how you do it. And these kids, when I went back to rehab after I got out of the hospital,
right,
and there was these 17-year-old kids there, and they were like, they had great bodies, and they were heroin addicts, which is just like pain pills are a version of heroin. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The opiates. So, I kept thinking, first of all, at the time when I went back to rehab, I'd just gotten out of the hospital, and I had a colostomy for 90 days.
Because your colon had exploded.
Yeah, and I had an open wound from the top of my breastbone down to my belly button, which is no longer there.
Right.
And it was open. They had to let that heal before they could take down the colostomy. So I said, I'm not showing anybody my body. I'm not talking about this. This is so freaking humiliating. And then I'm sitting there with these 17-year-old kids that are like trying to get to them about dying. They're not afraid of dying taking heroin. They're not afraid, and I thought, well, I said, finally, I whipped up my shirt and said, hey, how about this shit here?
Right.
Look at this fucking shit. This is disgusting. This could happen to you, too.
Right.
You fuck up the inside of your body.
Nobody ever talks about that.
Right. There's worse things than dying.
But isn't a colostomy bag helpful in a way that you don't have to take out time to shit?
It's great. I got to admit, it became kind of handy.
Right.
Because you kind of know when it's going to happen. The worst thing that happened was soon after I got on, I'm still in the hospital. I'm heavily bedded. I get up at night. I take off everything, like the thing they had hooked up to my everything. I'm on the bathroom on the shitter. They come in, all the nurses like, oh my God, what's going on? I go, I am fucking taking a shit like a real human. They go, you can't.
Hey, you can't.
I go, I'm sitting here. And then I was completely naked, and then they had to take me back to the bed. These nurses. It was very sad.
I mean, what humbling. A life you've had. I mean, really, to have one's colon explode. And what the technical reason was is when you take all of these drugs, and the kids should know this, you get constipated.
Right.
And so you begin to push and push and push till your colon explodes.
Right, but it also weakens the walls of, it's just something to think, because when I got in the hospital, I was in the medical unit of this rehab. The doctor that runs this says, this is how I got here, too. But nobody talks about it. I came here with an exploded colon. So many nurses.
This is why I admire you, because you do tell the kids your colon will explode if you do the drugs. And in a way, you're right. You whipped off your shirt and said, you want this to happen to you, motherfucker?
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you, believe me, I lift my shirt to warn kids, too. But
you look great. And you know what? You can tell you look great on AGT because you get up out of your chair and you get up on stage with people. And I don't know that the old you would have felt comfortable kind of mixing it up and dancing around, but you feel good about your body.
I'm having a good time. That. I'm helping the contestants to win the $1 million. I'm America's judge. I'm America's sweetheart. And no one could have predicted that, could they have? Yes.
It's great.
Well, I'm teaching the kids how to make it in show business, and that's what's most important.
You really are.
So where's your beautiful wife? Why didn't you bring her this time?
She's back home. She says hello.
She is home.
She said hello. Yeah. She said if I saw Beth, hello. Right. I was on a show yesterday.
She's not here with you.
No, but they had an 80-pound or maybe 40-pound fucking cat or something named Garfield.
Right.
Yes.
That Beth helped. That was on there.
Yes.
They got adopted.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what that would have happened to that cat in Iowa where I grew up. There would be no adoption.
How's your whole extended family? Who's alive now?
My dad.
Your dad is alive.
Is 75, just turned 75. Jack.
Your sister still around?
She is. She's out of prison. She's down in Arizona.
She had a meth problem.
Yeah, well, she was the biggest meth dealer in America.
Wow.
That was a problem. She went to prison for 20 years.
That was a problem.
There's a book called Methland that's written about her.
Wow.
Do you watch the show Breaking Bad at all? It's about a guy who becomes a meth dealer.
Yeah.
So your sister, in a way, was one of the biggest successes in the family.
And when I was younger, having a sister as a big drug dealer was not bad, because she'd come by with her giant purse and say, what do you want? I'll take a little bit of everything.
Was there a time you admired her and said, you know what, my sister is such a success? I mean, she was making like $200,000 a week.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
I mean, she must have been rolling in dough, walking around. Did she have to hide the money like on Breaking Bad?
Or did she live a fabulous life?
They put it in the walls.
They put it in the walls. They buried it in the yard.
Right.
They have a big farm.
Well, this is the thing about these drug dealers. They can never show their money.
Yeah, No, she was stupid. She drove a Jaguar, a new Jaguar, in a Tobo. They had an airplane, and they were a lowly farmer.
Right.
And she bought a car dealership because they had so many runs going out to the West Coast.
Right.
So she said, "Fuck it, I'll buy a car dealership."
Right.
So all her plates said dealer on it, and she didn't change that. So she just thought it was funny. I just always
advertising.
Worried. With her, it was fun and games at first, but then I said, "That's my fucking little sister," and she's with this biker dude and all these bad people.
But you know what's crazy? It's like, wow, you've got to, if you're going to be a drug dealer on that level, you've got to say to yourself, I can't show the money. I've got to sort of squirrel it around.
What good is it?
Maybe I can upgrade my house a little bit, this and that and the other. You got to really play it smart. But she was too flashy, like a John Gotti, too flashy,
they
right?
Had 100 horses, and you know what I found out at the end of the day?
100 horses in an airplane.
Yeah.
Did you ever sit her down and go, calm down?
I tried a lot of things, and there was a couple nights where me and my buddy Mike Ford were like, fuck it, we're gonna go out there, and her husband Floyd was named Sin. He was the head of the Grim Reaper motorcycle gang. Right. We're fucking gonna kill Floyd, man, because we would have to, because he'd kill us. He literally would kill us.
That's a crazy thing.
We're gonna take my sister out of there and whatever. But at the end of the day, what I learned in the trial is she was the boss.
Right.
She was the fucking boss. But Floyd died in prison. Her next husband, he's still in prison.
How did she become the boss in such? It's a man's world.
She's
in that
smart.
World.
She got married when she was 14.
Right.
She started, had a bad marriage. Things went wrong, and then she said, "I got to get out of this."
The 14-year-old had a bad marriage.
She had a bad marriage.
You never hear of that.
Yeah. But she said, "I got to get out of this situation." And
why did she get married at 14? Did your parents force her to get married?
Well, my mom mom, who did not raise me, who was crazy alcoholic, she said she found out she was dating Bob Roberts, who's 22. She said, I'm going to have it. You got 3 choices. I'm having him arrested. You can break up with him, or you can marry him. Now, when you're 14 and you think you're in love, you say, fuck, I want to marry him. So my mom drove him to Missouri, where it's legal, and did it. I tried to call my dad. It was too late.
Can you imagine what craziness you come from? No wonder.
Yeah, really.
I mean, isn't it a miracle you've come out okay?
Yes.
I mean, relatively
okay.
Yes, crazy.
He did have his colon explode.
Yeah, I did have that.
Right. Yeah. It's just a remarkable life.
Yeah.
You're a remarkable man.
Yeah, thanks you. You too.
I mean, you really have put up with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yes,
listen, and you were raped as a kid too.
Yeah. That's not good.
Some dude raped you.
Yeah, just a dude. No, but
Didn't your father walk in? You were taking a bath. I think I have this right. You were taking a bath. There was blood coming out of your ass.
Yeah, he was cleaning up, getting ready to, and he said, "What is wrong?" And he was like looking, and. I said, I sat in poison ivy because I was so fucking embarrassed.
You were ashamed.
Yeah, of course. So he my dad put talcum powder on everything.
But you were bleeding from the rape.
Yeah.
Yeah, your dad if your dad had caught that guy, he probably would have killed him.
He would have fucking killed. My dad later in life, when I confronted the guy, my dad found out he was fucking
pissed.
Pissed as, that's why I watched that Sandusky thing, and people are like, people think that child molesters, rapists, they're walking down the street and they grab your kid and then they do it, which happens sometimes, but rarely. Usually they seduce them. They romance them. That's part of what they like.
Were you romanced? Or
absolutely.
You just grabbed and raped?
No, as far the babysitter from the neighborhood, this guy that lived across the street.
So he seduced you.
He seduced me. I mean, he said, let's play a game, I'm like, fuck, I'm a kid. I don't even have a mom. I'd like to play a game.
Sure, of course, you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
Sandusky.
It's a weird game, but whatever.
It's a weird game. I'm going to stick my dick in your ass.
Exactly.
How do you win at this?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Where's the prize?
But you are winning.
What was the game, by the way?
Well, we go in the closet. At first, he put his hand in my pants, and he'd have the opportunity to put my hand in his pants.
Right.
Which was weird. When you're a kid, you're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Harry, what is that from? I just remember thinking everything was so weird, but you get rewarded. You give you a candy bar. I swear, he gave me a big candy bar at the end, not a little candy bar.
How
but a big
old were
candy
you?
bar. It started when I was like 4 to 7.
Yeah, I mean, you get a candy bar in your 4.
And I know my dad didn't eat sugar.
Stick that thing in my ass again. Like, give me another candy bar.
Exactly.
What was the candy bar, by the way? Do you have Baby Ruth?
Yeah, like that.
Oh,
Baby Ruth,
I love
Butterfinger.
Baby Ruth.
But yeah.
I would have let a guy put his dick in my ass for a Baby Ruth.
Exactly.
I'm not sure I wouldn't do it right now.
I am a food whore, so maybe that explains right. It's not a bad deal.
But it is. We joke, but it is a serious.
It is, because when I went back, I got sober when I was 30. I went back and I thought, I'm going to confront this guy, and I did it with a therapist. I went and found all the kids I grew up with, and it took a little while, but it was nice. And some of them were embarrassed to talk about it because they think it's a gay thing, which it's not. You're fucking little kid.
Yeah, you don't know what you're doing.
But a lot of them told me, you know what, that happened to me, including his brother. So I gave me the strength to go find him and confront him.
Yeah, I had a friend who something happened to him where he's total heterosexual, but he was a little kid, and some guy seduced him into touching his dick or blowing him or something. And it stays with him. You know what I mean?
Well, you never let it go. You don't talk about it. That's the thing.
Your whole life, you go, "What am I gay? Am I gay? Am I gay?" And and you're not. But it's just it's a terrible thing to do to a child. It really
is horrible.
So when you saw the Sandusky verdict, you probably said to yourself, "Okay,
I was very happy, very happy." And I'm sorry, those kids were brave, and it's horrible. It's so hard because the statute of limitations, and kids don't talk about it, or kids don't want to talk about it. But I think when I see the Sandusky thing, I think there's kids walking around that may go, well, that's, if something's weird, tell somebody.
Well, listen.
But kids just want to be loved, however.
With Sandusky, the kids didn't even get a candy bar, from what I understand.
No, they got trips.
Oh, they did?
They got, fucking
they
trips.
got to go to Penn State
and be
in the locker room.
I really did. I didn't get to go to the Alamo Bowl with them.
Right.
Poor
there
you.
were big prizes.
You only got a candy bar. You didn't even get a trip. Now, listen, Tom Arnold is in Tyler Perry's movie. Witness Protection.
Which is a really fun movie. You talk,
is it a good movie?
Medea, yeah, you've never seen her, but she's like nasty. She used to be a stripper and did a little
This is where Tyler Perry becomes a woman?
He dresses up like a woman.
Yes, he dresses up like a woman, which he hates, I'll be honest.
And you say it's funny.
Yeah. The Medea's hilarious.
It is.
She's very inappropriate, very politically incorrect, and it's a sweet movie.
And is it in 3D? Will we see you in 3D?
I don't think Medea needs to be in 3D.
Much, but I set up the thing. I'm like a Bernie Madoff guy that, the evil white guy.
You're the bad white guy.
Yeah.
And his movies are all the white guys.
Eugene Levy's the good white guy.
But
I told you there are white people in it.
There are white people in it, but
Denise Richards, who's very sweet. So she's awesome.
She's some hot piece of ass, huh?
Well, yeah, but she's also like an awesome mom. And just an awesome person.
I saw
She's
a clip
sweetheart.
of Denise Richards blowing a lollipop on Bravo, on what's his name's show. The guy who was in here, Robin.
Oh,
Andy
Cohen.
So he said to her, here's be sexual with a lollipop. And she was licking this thing, maron, what she was doing to this thing.
You should see what I could do with a Butterfinger.
Oh, really?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but she's very sexy, and she's very sweet.
Yes, she's very, very
been through a
lovely.
lot.
She sure has.
Oh, my God.
Well, you don't marry Charlie Sheen and expect not to be through a lot. I mean, at some point, you got to take personal responsibility.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you are the greatest guest. You know that. You come in here, you talk about everything. You're unafraid of Hollywood and all of that. You come in and you say it. I do hope they ask you to be on the Roseanne Roast. and despite your mental health, I hope you go and do it. But it would be a bad thing for you to do, but it would be wonderful for us. And your public comes first, I hope.
Thank you.
You are worth $30 million. Is that true?
No.
That's what I read.
No. I've made probably more than that. But,
you are not worth $30 million?
Money. No, hell no.
Divorce killed you?
It hurt.
It hurt big time.
It hurt.
Sometimes prenup.
Hurt more than it helped. No prenup.
No prenup.
Never,
he doesn't believe in prenup.
No, I've got a consistent thing going.
You really are crazy.
Yeah.
They call your sister the crazy one, but she's not.
Yeah, what is his sister doing now?
She is selling. She works at a call center. Apparently down in Phoenix.
Are you not in touch with her?
I am. I hear from her. First when she gets out, because she's been at 2 10-year terms, I got real close to her in the in between, and then when they go back to prison, it's so disappointing.
You leave them alone.
So I thought I'd give her a little time.
In other words, she did 10 years, and she came out, and you tried to have a relationship with her, and then when she went back, because I guess she was doing the same thing again.
Yeah, exactly.
She got back into the life. You got so disappointed, you cut off a relationship with her for 10 years.
Well, for 4. I didn't visit her for 4 years.
In prison. Did she hold that against you?
No, who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, I did the first time I supported her, I went down to she was in that prison that Martha Stewart was in West Virginia. I went in there, fucking talked to the ladies about drugs and alcohol. They are so receptive because they're so horny, all these ladies.
Right.
Her cellmate, little mama, was like all over me, man. It was like a good feeling. I said to the person, maybe I'll stay in one of these cabins here tonight. Seriously thinking about trying to
get laid,
hook up with some of the ladies.
The ladies in prison, like when you would go talk drugs and stuff to them, they're really that horny that they'll just fuck you if you're a guy.
But my best message was, no man is better than a bad guy. Every woman there, 90% had been a boyfriend that did drug dealing, and the boyfriend said, hey, go take this package over there to the airport for me, would you? And then the boyfriend doesn't even call him in prison.
Wow.
Or doesn't write
cold.
him. Does it? And they still stay with him.
Wait, I got to meet your sister sometime. She sounds like a real mastermind.
I would love to talk to her.
She must be a genius. I mean, I don't condone meth dealing, of course.
No, of course.
But the fact that she was one of the biggest meth dealers on the planet, and that she had this big business going on.
Empire. She used to deal with people in California. She said, fuck it, I'll just deal with the Mexican mafia. That's who they're setting the stuff up to. There's a name for them. I can't remember what it is. I'll just go straight to fucking them.
Yeah.
I remember once I came to their house and they were packing a suitcase or a briefcase with $100,000. And I said, where are you going? They go, Vegas. I go, why? Well, one of our drivers got arrested. We're meeting the judge. And that was kind of the big, they had a lot of police working for him. It was.
Did she ever try to pull you into the life?
No, I think she knew that I was such a bad drug addict that I would use it all.
But were you tempted to go into her business? Because you probably, as a young kid, there weren't many options. You probably said to yourself, shit, she's making $200,000 a week.
Yeah.
I'm getting involved.
Yeah. I did, but the only reason I didn't, I'm not above it, was just there's so many fucking slimy guys with machine guns walking around.
Yeah.
And anytime you're like, this could go really bad for everybody.
I mean, when you're dealing with the Mexican mafia,
right.
I mean, it's you got to be a real player. They don't even go to see you unless you really know what's going on.
Right, and she got to know them, and they respected her and whatever.
Wow.
And also, please, and then Dax's movie, Hit and Run with Bradley Cooper and Kristen Bell. Please watch that when it comes out. When
is that coming out?
That's August 24th. I swear to God, it's great.
Dax Shepard, who I know, is a terrific, funny guy.
Yes.
Kristen Bell, gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Funny as well.
Super funny.
Yes.
Bradley Cooper's super funny in it.
You're good friends with him.
I like him.
You know everybody. Tom Arnold knows everybody.
I don't know everybody.
Always in the center of everything.
If you ever want to have fun, have Tom on your radio show and just listen to him. I mean, it's endlessly good times. Tom Arnold is in Tyler Perry's Medea's Witness Protection in theaters everywhere. Tom, you're the best.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you for having me.
We will be back right after these words.
All right. Tom, may I talk to you for a sec?
Of course. Hi.
Howard kept calling you the most remarkable guest, the most wonderful guest. If you want to have a good time, talk to Tom Arnold. Why do you bring it so greatly when you come here? I mean, you don't hold back.
Well, I've been here before, and I feel like everybody does, we know Howard, personally, and so it's easier to talk about stuff. This is the point after the interview where I'm thinking, who did I piss off? Who do I need to call? Who do I need to, apologize to? Hopefully some people didn't hear the interview, but you get in the middle of it and it's so personal, you're just chit-chatting, and so you get into those things.
He sits you down, he looks into your eyes, and you forget...
He does look into your eyes.
...that millions of people, and possibly the people you're talking about, could be listening to you.
You don't even think about that. You think it's just you guys joking around by Jimmy Kimmel's pool or something.
Right. You get in that comfort zone, and...
Yeah.
Is Arnold listening? Do you think Arnold...
That's the first thing I thought of when I got off. I hope not. I hope I didn't say anything to offend Arnold or Maria, and that he's probably not listening. But
forget offending them. You don't want to get disinvited to one of those birthday parties.
I know he's got one coming up. He's got one coming up, so I might be able to fight at it. No, it's all good.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, I'm Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about our big guest we had on that day, Woody Harrelson, very interesting guy. He came in live. And I also told my story of how Delta Airlines kicked me off the fucking airplane for no good reason. Not an Alec Baldwin type thing. There was too much weight on the plane, and I had to get off. And for those of you on Twitter who say I'm too fat, go fuck yourselves.
Hi, Benj. We're going to talk more about the sensual ponies, John.
No, we're not going to talk about the sensual ponies.
Yes, we are.
We're going to talk about Woody Harrelson. I don't think he was into sensual ponies, but he is certainly a bohemian in most sense of the word. He came in shorts and barefoot and basically hanging out, and I mean, I love his attitude. I think he's got a great attitude towards life. What do you think?
Yeah, he seems like very like he's one of those guys that just like is happy and enjoys life. Although Howard keeps saying he's so angry, like he kept saying like you seem like he has an anger issue and stuff. But he just seems really laid back to me. I don't. Has there been a lot of? They kind of mentioned like has he blown up a lot of paparazzi guys
in the past? I think it's happened, but yeah, I mean, I guess there's that. Maybe there's that side to him, but all I've heard for the last couple of decades is he's hanging in Hawaii with Willie Nelson, doing vaporizers, not smoking anymore, but just having a good time. And even here, I thought in the studio with Howard, he was
very laid back. He had his shoes off. He was barefoot.
Yeah, really.
And he has nice feet.
Really laid back. And then I thought what really put Howard over the top was when he talked about hanging with McCartney out east, because Howard immediately was like, what? How do you, because Howard's out there all the time, and McCartney's actually playing his music, and you could sense Howard was pretty jealous. Did you notice that?
Yeah, well, I always think when McCartney's name comes up, like that whole autograph issue might be in Howard's mind, like that kind of makes him have feelings towards McCartney.
So you think he wants to make good on that?
Like that maybe McCartney is even more. Well, I think he's always been super special to him, but I think that issue, it's like it makes him even more like an icon and everything.
One of the more shocking things I thought he said was he was doing Biloxi Blues, and he had Cheers came along, and he didn't want to go. He really wanted to stay and do Broadway, and people were like, are you nuts? You're passing up a golden opportunity. And that opportunity really did change his career.
Well, remember how weird it was? Remember Coach was the original guy, and Coach the actor who played Coach just died? And then this guy, Woody, showed up, and I always thought that was weird. I always thought that the actor, Woody Harrelson, might be so dumb that he couldn't remember his own name. You know how Tony Danza's Tony in every movie?
Right.
But I guess Woody was written before Woody got there.
Yeah, and he was so good.
He was great.
Cheers. In fact, I think he's really an underrated actor to this day. A lot of the stuff he does, he's very good in, and you can tell he takes a lot of pride in his work, but then in his personal life, it's all about having a good time.
Yeah, but going back to his professional life, when you say his professional life is annoying, wouldn't you say that he sort of does the movies he wants to do? Like there are no Woody Harrelson shitty movies where he's just mailing it in, whether he's a superhero or something like that. He seems to do the movies he wants to do, whether they're good or bad.
Yeah, I guess he's in that position now in his career. I don't remember early on if that was the case, because you can't pick and choose at first. You got to, take whatever.
I would say his last 20 movies or whatever, he's like, I'll make what I feel like making.
I would love to know what happened at that Nicholson audition, what Jack actually said, but it sounds like they had a good time doing that. The other not awkward thing, but the other thing he revealed was, with Wesley Snipes, he thought it was a pretty good idea not to pay taxes until somebody told him, you know what, I think you should pay your taxes. And Woody listened, but Wesley didn't.
We've been getting pitched those guys since the mid-'80s. I've been getting pitched those people as guests, not the ones that work with Wesley Snipes. There's hundreds of them that are, I can explain to you why you don't have to pay your taxes. But, putting them on the air and listening to them are two separate things. I mean, you have to pay your taxes.
You weren't in here when I asked it, so I'm going to repeat it. How jealous was Howard of Woody when he was talking about the time spent out east with McCartney?
Oh, my God. Totally jealous. Totally jealous. He just wants to hang around. But Howard's the guy. How can I explain this? It would be like the guy that wants to hang around with Howard in the hopes that Howard will tell a bunch of jokes. Like Howard wants to hang around with Paul McCartney in the hope. Like Howard always complains, how come Billy Joel never plays the fucking piano at my house?
Right, but now he's found out that McCartney is actually playing music at his house.
Except Howard will go, and that'll be the time he won't do it.
Yeah, right, and Howard won't ask. Mark in Boston, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Just
I love that food show. You know, you're going to wind up 50 pounds heavier by the time that thing's over.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
And as far as Woody goes, I mean, his last interview when he had Willie Nelson on over the phone, I guess he was just able to be high and let it fly out. I mean, he seemed to get a lot more in that interview. It just seemed like when he came in today, it was just, he said he wasn't high, and it showed, I guess. I don't know. What does everybody think?
Do I think he was high today? No, I don't think he was.
Right, but I mean, as far as do you remember the last call that when he called in with Willie?
But I think it was also 1:00 in the morning. He was at his house in Hawaii, and him and Willie were hanging out. It's just a different vibe.
Okay. I mean, I thought he was such a fan at this point that coming in it would be a lot more relaxed than it was, because I know he's a big fan. He said it himself.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. I mean, he wasn't the guy that was on the phone last time, but
I always wonder a guy like him. He's as A-list as they come. When he's in New York, how does he get pot? Like, what does he do?
It's not hard to get.
No, of course it's not hard to get, but it's does he have someone assigned to get it? How does that work?
People figure out how to get pot. It's not so illegal and so hard. Like, it doesn't have to be a big secret. I don't even think I don't think it's that big a deal. We used to have a guy on our show. He's since died. He used to be the Pope of Pot, and we had him on the show. And the thing was, he said, "I can get you pot in an hour, anywhere between 14th and 96th Street." And Howard had the best line. He said, "I don't even give a shit about pot. I can't get a package delivered that fast."
Jesse in San Diego, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now, I wanted to comment about the Alec Baldwin interview as well. I thought it was a great interview, but I think that Howard missed a golden opportunity to ask Alec about Gary's getting kicked off the plane for the baseball All-Star break.
Yeah, Gary, what happened with that? I know that didn't come up today, but you got kicked off the plane on the way to the All-Star game?
You don't know this? Of course you know this. Very, very quickly, I was on a plane, boys' weekend, booked it in February through Delta to fly directly to Kansas City, get on the plane, right? I checked in an hour and a half before, get on the plane. We're sitting on the tarmac for like an hour, and the captain keeps coming on, well, we've got some things. We have too much fuel. We've got some extra weight. We got to take some luggage off. We're bringing for some other people. Then all of a sudden, an hour after we're supposed to leave, a woman gets on the plane, and she says, "We're 600 pounds too heavy. I need 4 volunteers." So nobody raises their hand because we're all going to the All-Star game. Who wants to get off the plane?
Right.
And then immediately she says, "If you don't get off the plane, we're just going to start picking people at random." Nobody volunteers. She comes back 15 seconds later. She calls 4 names. One of them is not mine. So I'm sort of laughing because my buddy from the Mets got kicked off, and I was like, I can't believe it. This sucks for him. A little bit of talking up front. She comes back on the plane. She calls my name. Everybody on the plane knows I'm there. They're all fans of the show. It's all baseball guys going to the All-Star game. So now I have to do the walk of shame. Not only do they kick me off the plane, but then I start making a bit of a scene. I said, "Hey, I booked this ticket in February. This isn't fair." And when they finally get me off the plane, I had to go back because I left my glasses and my book. So I had to walk back, and everyone just looked at me like just shaking their heads because they were so sad. But they left 4 empty seats on the plane. It's not as if they didn't know they had a full plane. They just, for some reason, had too much weight.
Too fat.
Yeah. Why didn't they take off luggage?
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
That doesn't seem. Yeah. That doesn't seem
I'm told by a lot of people that a lot of airlines now carry cargo, like mail or packages for people.
Yeah.
And that's way more valuable. In other words, if they piss off the client who gives them stuff to ship out every day, that's going to piss that person. If they piss me off, they don't care.
Yeah, but that, John, they could have taken off 20 suitcases.
Yeah, and I cracked a joke about the reason why they called my name after the first 4 is because the 4th guy called was with his kid. And I said, "Well, we can't kick a minor off the plane." I go, "Why not? Kick him and his dad off the plane."
Yeah.
Clearly, they were ahead of me on the list. Why do I have to wait?
I would have flipped out.
I did.
Do you think it was at all like, hey, we'll take the quote celebrity name so other people will feel like we're not being like.
She had no idea. She had no idea who I was or anything. She just was like, she claimed that they claimed that they took it by the last people who checked in. So I checked in an hour and a half earlier. I can't believe that everybody else on the plane checked in before, because people come, like 10 minutes before the plane leaves.
Were you taunted as you walked off the plane?
No, it was quite the opposite. I just got a lot of sympathy. And then I was at Fan Fest the next day, and a guy walked up to me. He did not know me from the show. And he goes, "You're the guy from the plane, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And he covered his kid's ears. He goes, "That was the most fucked up thing I've ever seen." He goes, "We were all talking about it." He goes, "We couldn't fucking believe it."
Hey, on Tuesday's wrap-up show, it was all about Benji. Benji. Of course, Benji wasn't there, so thank God there was no getting sucked into the Benji vortex. Benji wasn't allowed on the wrap-up show because he was late that morning and was banned. Everyone piled in to talk about what should happen to him, if he should be fired, if he should just be let to do whatever he wants. It got pretty brutal. I would check it out.
Welcome to the wrap-up show. I'm John Hein, joined as always by Gary 𝗏𝗏, who's not here. But Howard put in charge of the show, and I think he's handling his first issue. And part of that issue is Benji Bronk will no longer be on the wrap-up show. But in his place, we have young J.D. Harmeyer.
Hello.
It was a unanimous vote, J.D., by the way, to put you in the Benji spot.
The unanimous vote of 2?
There wasn't 2. It was the whole wrap-up show team. Teddy was involved, Steve Brandano, Jordan on the phones. Benji's going to be a major part of the discussion, especially because he's not here, which makes it very easy to talk about him. I'd love to have him come
He's
in.
here. He just can't be here.
Yeah.
Here.
I don't know if if he calls in, I guess maybe that would be acceptable. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, I don't know. Ask Gary. He's
Gary,
the authority
if Benji calls in, can we take the call? Or because we're going to be talking about him for a while.
No.
Okay, no Benji.
I believe no wrap-up show means no wrap-up show. It's a punishment.
Okay.
And so to have him call in makes no sense.
So no Benji today.
But again, as we talked about, like having if I said to Benji, don't come in to the regular show for a week, it affects the show. So no Benji on the wrap-up show is a punishment to us as well.
Show starts. He's not there. Wait a couple minutes. He's still not there, and I guess he came in about 20 minutes into the show. And Benji's defense is he took a sleeping pill, and he hasn't done this in a couple of years, which we found out is actually true. It has been a while since he's been late.
It's been about July 2010.
Okay, it's 2 years.
2 years.
It is not the first instance of him being late. He's been talked to about this many times by you, by Howard, by Tim. He's, taken his punishment and whatever else.
Well, what punishment has he taken?
Well, I'm getting there. But, I mean, he gets kicked out of the studio. He
hasn't been kicked out of the studio.
He did one time.
Yeah, one time.
For how long?
A day.
Yeah, he's never been officially kicked out of the
Howard
studio.
I'm sorry, Jason.
But 2 years ago when he was kicked out, the last time he was banished from the wrap-up show for 3 months. That was his, as far as I know, the only punishment.
And Howard TV didn't buy him breakfast for a while, I think.
There's 2 things I want to talk about. Okay, the first one just
bullshit
about this morning, and then about a bigger overall discussion.
I'm here every day. I don't get free breakfast.
So this morning I said to Jason, let's call Benji. Okay, let's call him. So we decided we're going to call from Scott's studio in the event that he's sleeping. You want that moment or whatever. We can't get a hold of Benji. The number I have for him that's a theoretical home number is disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got some other number that's a Google Voice number, which is not. Or that's not a real phone, is it?
Yeah, well, it's a real number, but it rings anywhere theoretically.
Okay, so that rings and nobody answers it. And I said to Jason, I want you to talk to Benji today, and I want you to get every number available for him. So he sent that a note, and Tracy kicked a note back to us, and she said, good luck with that. I've been trying to get this from him for a year. Every time I ask him, he claims he's moving soon, and when he gets his new numbers, he'll let you know.
He's got a cell phone that he's religious about lately.
Well, we either don't have it,
or that Google Voice goes to his cell phone, but that's not his cell phone number.
But okay, so when I called him on Google Voice, why would he not answer if his cell phone's on him and he's on his way up?
Because he was sleeping?
No. This is about 5 minutes before he got here.
I know.
He should have been in the cab.
He should have been, but he wasn't. And when he comes in, Howard, of course, is pissed off. Howard wants to fire him and says, everyone takes advantage. They know I won't do it, blah, blah, blah. But he's genuinely pissed, and Benji just doesn't say a word and sheepishly sits there and tries to let it go by. And everybody filed into the back office, by the way, to pile on Benji because of this, because it pisses people off who do come in every single day and do work very hard and are busting their balls. And Benji kind of gets away with this. Now, is this a situation where it's the old Artie thing where there are different rules for different people? Or is it just because no one's made the tough decision with Benji?
It's because no one's made the tough decision. And I just want to bring this up really quick before you talk, Jason. I think I've talked about this before, but I think the year before we came here, which is now, what, 7 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're in the second year. So the year before we came here, so 7 or 8 years ago, I vividly remember sitting down in the studio at K-Rock, Howard, myself, and Benji. And Howard, in a way that I've never seen him before, had a very sort of honest, forthright conversation with Benji. He looked him right in the eye and he goes, listen, I love you. You're a great writer, but this lateness is bullshit. We're going to a new place. I'm not going to put up with it. And I remember Benji being very repentant and saying that, he wasn't going to do it anymore. So it's been, when he says he hasn't been late for a couple of years, that's true.
Yeah, but you know what? And listen, I hate coming down too much on his his lateness, because who knows? The day might be out there in the future where something happens, God forbid, that I'm late to the show for whatever reason. It happens in life when people happen to be late. And
Jason, let me stop you, because I remember like a year or two ago, you got stuck with the train or something like that.
The guy covered in shit.
But and JD does this too. You'll email people, you'll make sure people are covered. Like, there's a big difference with that and then just not showing up.
Jason, how many times, there's been times where I've gotten here, I usually get into the office at 5:20, 5:25. There's been times where I've walked in at 1:45 or 10 of, and I've called Jason. Jason, I am definitely going to be late. I'm going to be there at 1:45 or going to be there at 10 of.
Yeah, let Howard know.
Put the stuff in the studio for Howard. Let Howard know what's going on.
But I'm sorry, I was just gonna say. But to go back to Benji, it's okay. Yeah, he's only been late once in 2 years, which, by the way, is more than anyone's been late in the last 2 years. But it's the history that really, you can't ignore the history that goes along with the late. I don't care if he goes another 2 years without being late.
I'm going to be Benji for a second, because Benji sat right next to me. I could literally hear him coming out of my right ear. I'm not the only one who's late here.
What?
I'm not the only one who's late here. People have been late all the time, yet they don't get in trouble.
Well, you're the only one we have on record.
Well, that's not true.
Well, take it up.
Robin's been late. Gary, you've been late a bunch of times.
No, not true. Not true.
You have.
Prove it.
Well,
pull the logs, Benji.
And I'll go, Benji.
Let me interrupt this fake Benji argument for a second.
That was masterful acting, Jason.
I do agree that Benji would argue that way, but
no one cares.
Yeah, independent of that, like, that's past. Let's get to the crux of it. I think he realizes, whether subconsciously, deep down, whatever you want to say, that ultimately he's not going to get fired. And as long as he thinks that, as long as there's no consequence, ultimately he'll sleep late. I don't think he's doing it on purpose, but I know
he's not afraid enough. He's not afraid enough.
There's that sense of paranoia that all of us have.
Yes.
We wake up before our alarms. We make sure that we're here, and Benji just doesn't have that. For better or worse, does not have that trait in him.
Sunday night, I went to bed at 9:30. I fell asleep. You ever have the thing where you fall asleep for 10 minutes and you're in deep sleep and then you wake up?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the rest of the night was looking at the clock because I hadn't been here in so long and you're so afraid. And Howard brings up a great point. On the schedule that we're on, it's almost unforgivable not to be here.
Exactly. It's weird. I had the same thing Sunday night. After these 2 weeks off, I woke up in a panic that I was late for work. It was only midnight. I didn't, it was like one of those things where your body isn't real. I just woke up and, oh my God, I'm late. And then I looked and it was still midnight.
The kicker, I'm sorry, Gary, but the kicker is none of us, none of us live in Manhattan either. We all live outside the city.
But isn't that always the case? Isn't it always the case? I remember, I used to be involved with something, but it's the person that lives the closest that's always late. I just always find that to be the rule, because there's no fear of, I live around the block, I could be there 2 minutes, and then they cut it too close, whereas people like you and I put in for, like I used to have this argument with Stuttering John. You get home you drive home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The entire way on the all news station, they tell you that this unbelievable storm is coming tomorrow. The storm that you can't believe is coming tomorrow. So what do? I set my alarm for 20 minutes earlier because I know I'm driving through a big storm tomorrow. John would come in and go, oh, fuck, it snowed. I was like, we all knew it was going to snow. I mean, like, it's no shocker that it snowed. They fucking told you all day it's going to snow.
So, if I could change this over to Benji on, let's say, Thursdays and Fridays. Now, I don't know. Some guys like you have a deal where you only work Monday through Wednesday.
Before you go any further, because this is where I was going to go next, and then I want you to say what you're going to say. I felt part of the thing with Howard was there was a whole underlying thing about, like, hey, Benji, you leave here on Wednesday, you come back on Monday. I'm not even asking you to do a lot, but I think there was a feeling like, well, what is it that you do? And I think that was sort of a thing that bubbled under all of this.
That's come up before.
Yeah, I don't think that was underlying. I think that's right there.
I mean, this comes up every time. So I guess my question is, do you know if Benji is contracted to only work Monday through Wednesday like some people are?
I don't know for sure, but I'm almost positive that part of his deal is he does not have to work those days. I'm almost positive.
So are you going to try and enforce him to do stuff, or can you?
Again, now that I'm in charge, there's a lot of things that I won't get into because now it sort of crosses a line. I used to be able to guess at what should be done, but I will say this, that nobody at the show, nobody's job at the show, including mine, is a gimme.
Right.
And while, I could get a phone call this Saturday afternoon from Seinfeld's publicist telling me Jerry wants to come in on Monday morning. At which point I will stop what I'm doing and book it, make sure he's got everything he knows. At which point I will call Tracy, and Tracy will make sure it's in the system. And then I will call Will, and Will will have to start working on doing research on Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
And Howard might see the note and he goes, well, if Jerry's coming in, maybe it'll be funny if we call Gilbert to call in and do Jerry. At which point on Sunday I will spend the whole day tracking down Gilbert. Do I work on Saturday and Sunday? No, Saturday and Sunday is my day off. Am I going to do it? You're fucking A right, I'm going to do it. That's just part of it's. Like Tim has a lot of lines that we goof on, but this is what the show is. It's a culture. It's not just a job. It's there's no definition of when it starts and ends, and so I would think that if you wanted to make yourself incredibly valuable, even more valuable, so that nobody even gets the idea that you're expendable, you would do a lot of things that you don't necessarily have to do.
You make yourself indispensable.
That's right.
Would you be able to fire Benji?
Would I be able to?
Are you asking on a personal or a business level?
Both.
I think I would be able to if he gave me no choice. And I think the way he would give me no choice is if I were able to open up a file and say, there's this, and this. I've seen you 7 times in the last 12 months. The last time we gave you a warning, we're out of options for you. This isn't me, this is you, because I have it all written out here. I've given you every option there is, and, because even now we're sort of like, we don't really know how many days he's been late and what days there are. I wish I did have those in a file.
I'll look them up. If you called Howard today, personally, and said, hey man, I think you're asking me to make a decision. I think the best decision for the office is to let Benji go. What do you think his response would be? Hey, do what you got to do, or do you think it'll be a meeting with a bunch of people, or how does that work?
I think he'd want to meet about it. I think, and I could say, by the way, I don't feel that way. I mean, as pissed off as I am about this, I still feel he's an important member of the team. So I want to make this work. I'm not at the point. It's funny. John and I were in an airport a couple of weeks ago, and there was an HR person sitting next to us, and we heard her entire conversation. It was a half-an-hour conversation about how they are going to begin to fire this very, very important person in a company. And it was pretty interesting to listen to. It was like, don't give them any more to do. Don't give them any more as far as sales is going. It was like this whole thing about sort of locking them out and how it's going to be a process and we're going to get there.
Now, if I was Benji, I'd be very nervous that 𝗛cie will now try and impede my walk to the office every morning.
Well, and I'm not positive that, by the way, it's a discussion I need to have that 𝗛cie won't be sitting in the studio on Monday.
No, I mean like
either instead of Benji or along with Benji.
I mean, I would be worried about 𝗛cie physically stopping me from getting to work on time. Sabotage.
Has anybody lobbied you for Benji's chair yet?
Yeah. No, just 𝗛cie.
Yeah,
just 𝗛cie. High pitched mic.
How are you going to get up for work?
𝗛cie didn't really lobby me, but yeah, that's 𝗛cie.
Can we talk about this?
We better talk about this.
You've had some issues with punctuality.
I had a ton.
So what happened with you?
Well, number one, we lost our car in 2010, and we were living about
when you lose a car
commute-wise, about an hour and a half commute for me, bus and trains and all that shit, and it was just tough. It was tough for me to get here at the time that I needed. Like I used to go in and do headlines. And it got to the point where I couldn't make it in at that time.
Teddy, violin music. Please.
And so I just told him, I said, look, I can't do these headlines because, you guys are relying on me to be here at a certain time, and I can't pull that off right now.
But did they sit down and give you a talking to?
Many talks, absolutely.
Right.
I've had many discussions, and they've given me lots of opportunities, and I've taken those opportunities and changed what I need to change about it. We moved. I'm 20 minutes away from work now, and
about time.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I was in a rut, I was just in a rut in many ways, financially and all that stuff, and it was just a tough spot. But they gave me opportunities. They gave me a chance.
Did you notice during that conversation that Benji walked in here and then walked out?
I did not.
That was weird because...
He looks like Mr. Magoo, too. What's with the eyes today?
Howard flat out said, do not come to the wrap-up show, and then he just walked in the middle while we were talking about it.
If he tried to get on a mic, I would have stopped him.
Weren't you looking for him?
Oh. Did you not hear the show today, Scott? Did you know that Howard banned him from the wrap-up show?
But I thought you wanted to talk to him. That's what I thought I was...
Based on what?
I was working with... I thought at the beginning of the show you said, where is Benji?
I did not.
Benji?
Did you tell him to come in here?
I did. It was my
What's
fault.
wrong with you, dude?
Producer Scott.
You sent him in here?
More work for me.
Wait. Hold it. Did you send him in here?
I did.
Did you send him in here?
Yes, I did.
No. But did you send him in here as a bit?
No.
Like your Langford thing?
I was working with Fred, and I thought I heard you guys. I thought that Steve came in and said that he was looking for Benji.
I said I was looking for Benji to let him know that there's a meeting afterwards, and I'll be down at the wrap-up show, so I can't tell him that.
See, I misunderstood.
Okay.
I was working with Fred, and
That's not what Goodstein said. He said you planned another Langford.
No, not at all. He came in and he was looking for Benji, and I
know.
Scott, you are well known. You are well known for hopping to help other people with their jobs.
I wasn't trying to prank.
Okay. Pat in East Hampton, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hello.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, listen, I was busting Benji's balls, man. He's giving him too much shit.
Well, why do you say that?
Because, Christ, I've been fired for being late. But
well, then you're probably not a good example of what a good employee should be.
That's why it's pissing me off. I get fired for being late for maybe a month. The first month I'm late once, I get fired. Benji hasn't been late for 2 fucking years. For 15 minutes, he's late. You guys want to bust his balls?
He's actually a half hour late because he's supposed to be here at quarter to 6.
He's supposed to be a quarter. And also, Benji has a history of it. Whether he thinks he's right, he hasn't done it in 2 years, but I think that he's got zero tolerance because of what happened before this.
And listen, sir, I'm sorry you got fired, but what message does it send? Again, now Gary has to think about this. What message does it send to the rest of the staff? Why shouldn't Will be late a few times over the next year? Like, what's stopping him? Clearly, there's no punishment being meted out.
Steve in Sacramento, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to say, as far as Benji is concerned, I hire a lot of people, and I look at 3 things, and not the least of which is teamwork, passion, and talent. And I don't think there's any question about he's got the passion and the talent. The question is the teamwork aspect of things. And though he hasn't been late in 2 years, from what I've been hearing on the show, he cuts it close, or had been cutting it close a lot of times. And it's sort of like a baseball pitcher taking the mound, and the catcher's not there. And all of a sudden, the batter comes up and the catcher runs out, and then he's got to throw a pitch. So I guess my whole thing with Benji is that he's got name branding to worry about in terms of life after Howard. And if I'm sitting here as a prospective employer, whether it's a screenwriter, a comedy team, post-production in TV, movies, whatever, I'm thinking, okay, here's a guy that has issues with getting along with people, not showing up, and he's got this whole vortex thing going on, and I think that is going to potentially affect his reputation in terms of life after Howard.
I can answer that. I could start by saying that Benji absolutely does not have a problem getting along with people.
Yeah.
In fact, you will find that almost everybody here says Benji's the easiest person to get along with. And if you remember our conversations with Greg Fitzsimmons years ago, when it comes to what Benji does for a living, and I think Benji's sort of banking on this, if you're a good writer, all sorts of shitty behavior is forgiven. If you can be a good writer, you know,
if you're good at anything,
like I remember Fitzsimmons did that whole rap about working on a show, and he's like, "Well, if you're talented, you should be able to come in whenever you want, and they'll forgive that."
Yeah, and Fitzsimmons is beloved in the industry. So, so Benji, to put this 2-year thing in perspective.
Okay.
Well, I mean, come on, I like Greg, but you know,
obviously,
Jason just walks by, lobs a grenade, and keeps moving. It's the fucking craziest thing.
That one actually just fell out of his back pocket.
It's like pins in the teeth, grenade over the shoulder. See you later.
Back to Benji. It has been 2 years, but let's put those 2 years in perspective. We've worked 3 days a week for the last year, so really, in work years, it's really been a year since he's been late. I mean, seriously, when you put in the actual number of days that we're here, when people hear 2 years, they're thinking 5 days a week. 12 months a year.
Jason has a point.
We don't work that schedule.
We're on a limited schedule.
Or at least Benji's. I work 5 days a week. I like to put that right out there on the air.
Ronnie, if you're the guy in charge here, if you're in Gary's seat now, how would you handle the situation?
Well, I don't think Benji's going to like my answer.
It's okay.
It's okay.
He's not here.
No, he's listening. I know he's listening. But nothing against him personally. But everybody's been letting him get away with this for years. And you got nobody to blame but yourselves. You should have put a stop to it a long time ago. So the thing is now, somebody's really got to put their foot down. And unfortunately, I guess it's got to be you, Gary.
So are you saying that you think I need to fire him?
Not fire him, but you really got to put your foot down.
I agree.
Not just sit him down and talk to him. You got to come up with some kind of, I
already have
a deal.
No, I already have.
But Ronnie, everybody says, I think everybody agrees with you, but everyone's saying you got to put your foot down, but don't fire him. But what do you think would kind of wake up Benji and make him sort of not disrespect his job anymore?
I don't know. I don't know what it is with him. I mean, he's had this issue for years now. I mean, he might not have been late for the past 2 years, but he's been cutting it really close. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was cameras waiting for him in the hall every day at one point with reporters, and they're telling me if he comes in late, don't let him in. I mean, it's why does there have to be a school teacher there waiting for him every morning to see if he's going to show up on time?
See, the thing with Benji also is he thinks that this is about him. He only sees it from his perspective, like, I can't get up, I can't whatever. But Ronnie brought up the word that comes up over and over again. I don't think he understands that when Benji's late, Howard feels disrespected. He feels like it's a fuck you to Howard. And Benji's like, I don't think Benji feels that way. I don't think Benji goes like, I'm walking and giving Howard the finger, I can do what I want. But I don't know if he understands enough that that's what Howard sees.
What did you think about Howard apologizing to Benji towards the end of the segment, saying, it's my fault that you don't have good work habits? Like, Howard was kind of blaming himself, but also apologizing, because we know Howard does not like to be the bad guy.
I don't know that it's
I think that's why. I think that's why at this point he finally decided to put Gary in charge of this thing. I don't think it's getting to the point where he is really fed up, and he doesn't want to be the one to really do something bad about it. And that's why he finally put Gary in charge.
I don't think that it's Howard's fault that Benji has bad work habits, but I do give Howard a little bit of the blame that I think Howard's feeling all along is if I scare the shit out of Benji, he'll stop. And that wasn't the right solution.
So if you talk to Benji today, let's say, and obviously if he's late again next week, that's going to be a major issue. If he's late again next month, that'll probably be a major issue. So is there a time limit on it? Is he just don't be late again? Like how do you think you're going to play this out?
again, now that I'm making a decision, I have a plan. I have a very definite plan. Tim and I sat down. I have a very definite plan that I haven't even spoken to Benji about yet, but it would be unfair of me to discuss it on the air.
Is there any chance?
There is a plan.
Is there any chance if you have to fire Benji, you're going to delegate it to me to do?
No.
Okay, cool. I don't need another Richard Jenny on.
Or JD.
Keep that grenade for later.
You
Jason.
didn't fire Richard Jenny, for God's sake.
No, you put him on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't fire him.
Can I ask you a question, Gary?
Sure.
So Howard says what he says today on. You've known him for many, many years. Do you think what he said about having me in there Monday, you think it's more to rile Benji up, or do you think it's something he might actually be considering?
Well, I think it's both, and here's the thing, and I said this on the air, I think it's more to light a fire under Benji's ass. However, he may find that you produce as well or better than Benji, and then that's unfortunate for Benji because that option would have never been shown to Howard if it wasn't for Benji fucking up, and that's his own issue to deal with. Do you think that Benji is listening to this entire wrap-up show?
Yes. Okay. Other than when he walked down the hall and came in awkwardly and then left, yeah, I think he is listening, and I think I don't know if he knows what to do now. You know what I mean? The damage has kind of been done, and he's going to have to ride it out. I also think that the music and the stuff he's doing with 𝗦𝗫𝗄 absolutely is playing into this, and when she came up today, he got real. Did you notice how pissed off he got?
Yes. I mean, I didn't notice, but I'm sure that has taken a lot of precedent in his
I think
life.
Howard made a comment that he liked to see how long she stays with him if he doesn't have a job here, and he really, really got angry at that.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we followed up Steve Brandano's Good Con with a discussion about Howard Con. Who would people go as? Could it really happen? And everyone's pretty excited for it. I hope it happens, and I'll be there. So will you. Steve Brandano also had a good con out in San Diego, and that led to a discussion about Howard Con, which we're definitely going to get into, because when that came up, Sal and Richard immediately ran into the back and started putting up names galore. Yeah. So we'll get the guys down here to talk about that, and I think people love that idea. And I don't think it would be that difficult to pull off, actually.
No. We almost have like a little Howard Con at all these AGTs and stuff with Marianne and Bobo and stuff.
Not the same.
Well, I know, but like it's a mini, like, a bunch of Stern fans getting together. You know what I mean?
It's a great gathering.
Yeah.
But we need to take it to the level that Howard was talking about today.
I think the fans would. You'd get a lot of Bobos and maybe Eric the Midgets, but I think the more obscure, the better. And I think maybe some kind of contest, Gary. Or
I just thought of another one.
Who?
Dead Air Dave.
Dead Air Dave is a great one.
I'm going to go with Eric. I'm going to go with Eric the Midget.
You've already decided?
Yeah, I'm going to be an angry, miserable, racist little fucking Eric.
Racist?
Yeah, because I could be whatever I want. So with Eric, I'll just be angry and I'll say all these horrible things that I think he says when nobody's looking.
I got even better. Can I be your Jan?
Get over here and wipe my ass.
Will you around?
Gary, Steve did say he had a good con, unlike you, who doesn't like to use that expression.
I am so not buying into that, and I felt douchey when everybody would ask me, "Is this your first con?" I never go, "This is my first time at Comic-Con."
Why are you against it? I don't understand.
Because I don't think it saves you any time. It doesn't. It's not that big an abbreviation, and it just
but that's what all the people say.
Doesn't make it. A lot of people down south use the N-word. Doesn't make it right.
No, it's not the same.
Do they all say it?
I think you'll come around on this, Gary.
No, I won't.
Does anyone say how's your CC?
No. Everybody says, "Are you enjoying the con?"
No, but when they write
the con.
When they write it on Twitter and everything else,
con?
it's SDCC.
Yeah. That
right?
is true, but
through all that, that begat a conversation about a possible Howard Con, and that's when Richard and Sal, really everybody, ran into the back. And Will, you were fielding that list of names that was never ending, and you guys agree the more obscure, the better the attendee for the con, which I don't think would be too difficult to pull off. Do you guys?
No.
No, and we were like, whenever Howard would say one of these names, we'd be howling with laughter. Like when he said Neil Berliner.
That was a good one.
It's so obscure that like nobody out there hardly knows it, but we just get such a kick.
I got a
out of
great
it.
one. I told News I'm going to go as Dick Bag.
Dick Bag.
That's
Remember
good.
Dick Bag? Dick Bag was the he was the chief engineer in Philadelphia. We did a phone interview with him in '86.
I think 6 people got the Tom Gismondo memo.
And it was in the back office.
Yeah.
I
Vinny
actually
Valley's songwriting partner.
I actually went for I said I'm going to go with Tom Gismondo's wife Carol.
Yeah, very nice.
Now, Will, how are you qualifying these? Like, what made better ones? Just the more obscure they were, or like what did it
Of
for
course.
you?
I mean, there were a couple that were just ridiculous. I think I put up Nancy from Traffic, and he didn't bite on that one.
I like Nancy the receptionist though.
Yeah, Nancy, she would have been a good one.
Somebody said we should put on a horse outfit and go as Blaze.
Yeah, that's a good one.
See, my favorite,
Sam
and
and Ruby.
I don't know if Howard even said it, but it's so obscure that Howard I don't think said it, is Richie Balinson, the installer to the stars.
Too soon. Too soon. Too new.
Yeah, but I love Richie.
Yeah, Gary, I think George Flowers went up and you said it's too soon.
No, these should all be pre-'90s, really, really obscure. Nobody's doing, I guess you could do a weird character from a recent movie.
What about Thom, the engineer? That's another recent one that would be great.
Evan the engineer.
Yeah.
I like the old school stuff.
Do you think something like this could happen?
Absolutely. We threw a prom, right? We just said we're going to throw a prom, and then we rented a place, and we hired a band, and we said, come to the prom.
Yeah.
And everybody did. They dressed in prom outfits, and we had a couple of activities, but it was really a gathering for the listeners.
Don't worry, when this show ends, it's going to get very sad for this staff and what they will do for a quick buck.
Who do you think?
You mean when the show ends? You mean as opposed to Sal being in the movie he's in now?
Oh, good point.
Who do you think will be the first one attending
please.
these?
They'll all be running for the money. That's a good point. I don't know. I think Scott's going to be pretty hard up for some money.
Scott the engineer.
Leave Howard out of the. Let's leave Howard out of the equation. So now it's like a Star Trek festival. Okay, Howard's he's ungettable.
Yeah.
Who is the William Shatner after that? Is it Robin?
Yeah.
Right. What about Fred?
He's up there.
Whenever somebody will bring me Private Parts, the book, and you open it up, and there's that inside cover where we're all dressed as women, and they try to get everybody's signature. And whenever I see Fred's signature, I go, you have the elusive Fred Norris signature. That's a hard one to get.
I see Fred, though, and Robin is kind of like they have the fuck you money, so they don't really need to go there.
I wonder, though.
Maybe.
They have the good money. I don't know if they have the fuck you money.
Yeah, but you have the organizational skills to make this happen. I could see you kind of lead the charge.
I will definitely be part of the what do they call that package? The executive package, where you get 5 minutes with me in the back.
The VIP?
The VIP package. 5 minutes with me in the back. A picture with me, but not with anybody else. I don't do pictures.
Signed picture.
Signed picture,
of course.
And what's part of all that stuff with the experience and. Maybe I can give them a piece of my my Adidas jacket.
The Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏 experience. That's funny. It's going to be a cruise, you think, or some
cruise
in Vegas, or no? I think everybody would be up for it.
Right here at the Javits Center, would be fine.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, these guys from Star Trek, they make a full living, right, going to these conventions.
Some of them do.
So, do you think that as staff members, you can make a full-time living going around the country and?
I wonder how long.
Whatever you do.
I wonder what the legend of the show is after the show ends for people on a lower level.
Right.
The legend of Howard is always going to be Howard. But I wonder if 10 years after the show ends, if anybody gives a shit about Baba Booey or Sal or Richard. I wonder how far it goes. Star Trek, for whatever reason, has gone on for 30 years. But I wonder, does like that Captain Pike guy? I don't think he makes a living.
Well, the thing is, if the channels stay, even if Howard retires, if the shows keep getting played, then the legend could live on.
It'll be very interesting to see. Chris in Saratoga, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now.
Hey, Chris.
Morning. My character I'd go to Howard Kahn would be Dr. Remulac.
That's a good one, but nobody knows what he looks like. So I guess you could just put on a doctor's outfit and say, "I am Dr. 𝗦𝗵ici𝗄𝗿𝗍."
Plus, and he wasn't really behind the scenes. He was
doesn't have to be behind the
guy
It could be
on the show.
It could be any character in history. So you go as 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗍. You can go as Dr. 𝗦𝗵ici𝗄𝗿.
I like objects too, by the way. Like you could go as Gary's trumpet.
No. I thought the good one was go as Cookie Puss.
Cookie Puss is a good one.
I would go as the EIB chair that Howard ordered a K-Rock that he never used. That Richie Herbie got it.
The condom 143 used on Sal's wife.
Never too soon for that. What else did you want to say, Chris?
No, I just wanted to throw out the Dr. 𝗦𝗵ici𝗄𝗿 reference. I think it was more so when he screwed up, he would have to repeat, "I am Dr. 𝗦𝗵ici𝗄𝗿," like 5 times in a row. I remember Stuttering John catching him sometimes saying something other than that. It was just pretty funny. Good reference.
Yeah, I think like Gary said, though, he's more of an audio versus a video kind of guy. But you can go as him if you want to. Mike in Kentucky, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I would definitely 100% go to a convention or a Bro Stern or something like that. I would go as Grandpa Al Lewis, Kurt Waldheim, and Gary just said it, Cookie Puss.
Kurt Waldheim's that's a brave idea.
It would just be so much fun because it'd be so out there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, that's about it. Great show. The impression guys were good today. And, I don't see why you guys don't put it together. I'm surprised some fans haven't done it already. But,
See, I had a costume I was pretty proud of. I would go as OJ Mask, but then once you take off the OJ mask, I have a mask of the guy playing OJ
of
mask of Neil
That's
under
great.
it. Yeah.
That's a great one. I wonder if this will spontaneously happen at the block party. Do you think people will just show up to the block party, start showing up dressed up?
Surely you can answer that question.
Jamaica, baby. What a better place for the first annual Howard Con than Jamaica. Why not? I mean, we did a show in Jersey. We had Debbie the Pet Lady there, Sour Shoes, High Pitch Eric, Medicated
Yeah, I don't
Feet.
want to meet any of those people. I just want to see those people in costume.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, in a way, it's like a smaller version of that. Yeah, why not?
Sour Shoes is a good one to go as, by the way.
Yeah.
Tom in Rockaway, you're on the wrap-up show.
Oh, my God, I'm so excited. First of all, I missed most of the show today because I just left divorce court. I'm finally divorced, so congratulate me, please.
You sound very sad.
I'm extremely sad, really sad. God, I'm so excited to be talking to you guys. Listen, Cookie Puss was an excellent one, and it's better than mine. But Mr. Methane was my suggestion.
Hello, everybody. He'd be great. That's a great one. That's a great one.
Have some powder on your ass.
I think, Richard, you should go as Yaki the Tickler. I think that would be
Who doesn't love the sound of a child's laughter?
No, I want to go as Casey Armstrong's poster. The poster that he sold.
Or as the photographer.
Yeah,
That's
better. The photographer.
I'm going as Casey's parole officer.
Alton in Charleston, South Carolina. Welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, Alton. What's on your mind?
Got a good idea for the Howard Con. If I was going to show up, I think I would dress as 𝗵𝗍𝗄𝗿𝗍 Bronk, but I would definitely show up late, not have any material, and not be funny for anyone.
I would like to go as Benji at last year's Christmas party. That was a funny-looking dude.
Yeah.
Do we agree?
Oh, yeah.
I had that.
But he was just being himself.
No. He had a whole weird outfit on. In fact, I had his picture on my cell phone. My younger son, he goes, "What band is that rap guy in?" He thought it was like a rap star.
I would want to go as Benji when he had the goth Benji, when he had that wig and the eye makeup.
I would go as Benji when he's part of the African tribe.
Yeah, there's lots of Benji options if you want to go that way.
Do you want to go over Woody Harrelson notes now, or do you want to wait?
He's not here yet, but he should be here in the next 10 minutes.
Oh, right, 7:45. What was I thinking? Yeah, you better go over them. Okay, real quick.
He's promoting a play that he co-wrote and directed called Bullet for Adolf. Right. And he also bought a car solely so he could use his vaporizer out of it.
Yeah, right. That's fascinating to me. I might start with that.
Yeah, there's better stuff on the second page.
He's so into weed.
Yeah. He bought the car just because it had the 110.
So great. That's insane.
Hey, what's up, Woody?
How's it going?
Not bad, man. How are you?
Great.
Beetlejuice, that's the man right there. Right this way.
Ah. God, I wish I had something exciting to say.
Morning. Morning, Gary. Nice to meet you.
Good.
Woody Harrelson will be here. Is he here, Gary, or should I go on to something else? I know he was due here.
Is Woody late?
He's here. We're just signing him in right now.
Oh, you're signing him in? Oh, good. All right. Then I know what to do.
Woody's in the building.
Woody's in the building. Woody Harrelson. Name some of the movies he's been in besides White Men Can't Jump.
The one with the one about the guy who does Hustler magazine.
Oh, right, Larry Flint. Did he win in a Natural Born Killers too? Is another
Natural
one.
Born Killers.
I
think he was nominated for an Academy Award for that Larry Flint portrayal.
He should have won that. I mean, I think Courtney Love won an Academy Award for that.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think she has an Academy Award.
Oh.
She was nominated, maybe. I'm not sure, but I don't. She didn't win anything.
Natural Born Killers, White Men Can't Jump.
Oh goodness, what else is
No
he been
Country
in?
for Old Men.
Oh, remember that one, The Messenger?
Oh, he was great in
A
that.
couple of years ago.
Yeah, really good. He's a really good actor.
He did this movie where he plays sort of a retarded guy who wants to be a superhero, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's great.
Yeah, bring him in. I'll ask him.
He'll tell us the name of it. It's a great movie.
Was he
just
playing
gets-
full retard?
Yeah, and he went full retard.
He went full retard. What, you played full retard? FAS.
What's that?
That's the most common form of retardation, fetal
Is it?
alcohol syndrome.
It's
good to see you, sir.
Good seeing you.
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome.
It's
Good to
called
see you.
Defendor.
Yeah, it's great.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I didn't see that movie.
You've got to see it.
Join the ranks of the rest of the world.
Does that kill you as an actor when you know you've done a really good job on a film and no one goes to see it? I mean, does it just kill you inside, or are you one of those guys who can blow it off?
Well, no. What kills me is if I really think the film itself is fantastic. You know, if I've done a good job in it, that hurts a little too. But mostly just the fact that movies you really care about and worked hard on turn out really good, and you know, by virtue of the fact that distribution can or cannot always be the best.
How do you know if you're a good actor? Seriously. I mean, like, there's a lot of dudes who want to get into acting,
A
and
lot
they
of people
suck.
think they're acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know you're a good actor? You have to wait for people to tell you, right?
Well, you know, when I was in college, I was doing plays, and I just felt from the feedback of the audience that
you knew what you were doing.
That I should go to New York.
Is it the freakiest, scariest thing the first time you audition for anything? I can't imagine. Like, even being a judge on This America's Got Talent, I really do admire people who get up there and audition. I mean, it's difficult.
It's terrifying.
Right?
And I'm sure every one of those people are absolutely terrified, but they somehow rise above it.
When is the last time you auditioned for a role where you had to go in and actually audition?
Well, I auditioned for Jim Brooks for As Good as It Gets. Is that what? Yeah,
Yeah,
As Good as
As Good as It Gets.
With Jack Nicholson. That didn't go so well.
No, I was going to say you were not in the movie.
Yeah, I was playing. I was trying out for this gay part, and I think I went a little too femme on it.
Oh.
Do you get insulted when a director says to you, "I need you to come in and audition"? Because I mean, your work is generally well known. Larry Flint. I mean, after you do the Larry Flint role, after you do White Men Can't Jump, all that stuff, you would think that like people would just say, "Hey, let's get Woody Harrelson for this and fuck it." I mean, we can certainly take a chance on him.
Well, luckily, I haven't had to do that much auditioning. Well, other than Jim, whatever that was.
Were you angry with Jim for making you audition?
No. I know his process is very. He has his process. He's actually a good buddy of mine, and I was bummed I didn't get the part, though.
When he doesn't choose you, do you argue with him? Do you go, "Hey, I'm going to kick your ass"?
No. Tell me what you want, for God's sake. I can do anything.
Right. I don't have to be so femme. I went full retard. I can do this. So you did it for him. Did you feel foolish doing it for him?
A little bit, yeah. We were at Jack Nicholson's house, and it was funny because... I can't really say what Jack said, but he said something kind of funny.
What did he say?
You can say anything, really. Satellite.
To say I can't really say was really
no, I mean, that's a tease.
Almost an impossibility with you.
You're at Jack's house. So you auditioned with Jack.
It's one of those things you just really don't want to say publicly. I know you'll understand.
But you go to Jack's house to do the audition with Jim Brooks, and which is kind of informal and nice, I guess. But I would be intimidated to go to Jack's house and actually have to audition with Jack. I mean, he's an intimidating dude, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, he certainly, at the time, he was more intimidating only because I know him pretty well now. But at the time, I was nervous.
Right. Did you do light up and smoke a doob, or because he loves weed.
Maybe that's what he was saying that he couldn't say.
And you love weed. I mean, you've made that clear. I mean, you love it.
Well, I
Did somebody talk to you?
We did smoke one afterward for sure, but not before the audition. I don't think that helps.
Did you know you blew the audition?
On the other hand, maybe it would have helped. Who knows?
Did you know right then and there you blew the audition?
Yeah, I didn't feel it. I knew it wasn't. You can tell. I could tell by Jim's face this just wasn't happening.
Oh, that's awful. That's just awful.
Did you ask to do it again?
Oh, he had us do it several times, but
who got the role?
Greg Kinnear, and he did a great job.
Greg Kinnear outacted you? What the fuck? What are you talking
Mr.
about?
Talk Soup.
Yeah, what are you kidding me? You let him get that role?
Well, yeah.
Good Lord.
There's a lot of people auditioned for that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So, Robin, you look good. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? It's good to see you.
I'm great. Couldn't be better. So this, I hear you're vegan, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, she's full vegan.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you wear shoes? Like, what do you wear?
He doesn't have on shoes right now.
I'm
what are you wearing over there?
Very astute, Robin. I don't wear any animal products. No.
Are you a hippie? Do you think? Would you classify?
Yeah, I'm something of a hairless Hawaiian hippie, I guess you could say.
Because it's a funny thing with you. I read this, and tell me if it's true. You bought a new car specifically so that you could hook up your weed vaporizer. Like you want to smoke weed.
Like everything's made of weed. You use weed for fuel.
No, but explain to me. The car, you specifically went to get this car because you like to vaporize your weed?
That sounds like a wild story.
It is wild, Howard. I never know what to believe. I mean, I actually read this.
I can't imagine buying a car so that it will be more conducive to smoking herb. And in fact, I I decided I quit.
You quit weed?
No, I quit quitting. You gotta let me finish.
Sorry. You put me into shock because you hang out with Willie all the time, and Willie's not hanging out with anyone who doesn't smoke weed. That's your bond.
Oh yeah, we do puff a few together, me and Willie.
When you say you puff a few, because I've hung out with Willie. Like Willie we gave Willie a contest. He rolled a joint in like 3 seconds flat with one hand. The guy's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
He's like the king of weed. When you guys say you smoke a few, like I take one hit and I'm done. I'm paranoid. I hate it. I can't smoke weed. I'd love to hang with you and smoke weed. But I would be so paranoid I would crawl into a corner. So when you say you're with Willie and you smoke a few, does that mean like 10 joints in a day?
Well, that would be a slow day there.
Really?
Oh.
How do you do that?
You're just sitting playing dominoes and chess and,
That's how you